what it is, live, uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Excuse my dry lips, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. We got an evening special show today. Super Mayor. She's speaking, y'all. I hear her. She's speaking. Come on in, Super Mayor. I need you in here today. Come on, talk to us. Talk to us, Super Mayor. Super Mayor going to be talking to us today. All right, people, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right. I need you guys to come on in. 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 People, come on in. Come on in. This definitely the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yes. 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 We want to talk to Tiffany today. I'm allow you guys, if you can speak, if you had a conversation, what would you tell Tiffany? That's what I want to know. The super mayor speaking today, people. If you had something to tell her, what would you tell her? What would you tell a super mayor? If you had a chance to speak with her, would you give her a word of encouragement? What would you do? I want to know. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Come on in. We're talking about the super mayor today. The super mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard. She is the super mayor. She the super mayor. Super mayor. That's what she is. You can't take that from her now. You won't be able to take that from her. The super mayor is on the road. Come on in, super mayor. I need some people to come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right. The super mayor speaking. She's speaking, people. I hear her. I need to get on the line and get some of quotes going on. I need to get on the line. Where you at, super mayor? Call in, talk to us. Some of her famous quotes. I tell you, let me get these phone lines open because I know they're gonna be jumping off the chain. Let me get the phone line open, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Mm-hmm. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Oh, I knew I got some calls already.
AKA the crime chaser.
Live.
Cut, unedited broadcast.
Tell the truth.
Before you speak, please turn down all your audio.
Super Mayor speaking to us, y'all. She gonna speak to us.
And do not have us on speakerphone.
Super
so
Mayor.
Have an echo.
What would you say to Tiffany if you had an opportunity to talk with her, to speak with?
Please record your name.
Crime Chaser. My name is Crime Chaser. Crime Chaser Martin G. Johnson. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, caller, 630. Come on, caller. What would you say to her? Come on, caller, 630.
Hey partner, how's it going?
Oh, that's my partner. What would you if you had to talk to Miss Tiffany, the super mayor? What would you say to her? Would it be a word of encouragement? What would it be, partner? Talk to me.
So the first thing that I would, if I could talk to the super mayor, the first thing that I would do is tell her to lean not to her own understanding, but to, trust God in this situation and to turn from her wicked ways, to repent and, to ask God to direct her path. And if she's already doing that, then I would say to her, be not weary in well doing. You will reap in due season if you faint not. I would also assure her that I don't have a heaven or hell to put her in, but as people, and this is as all of us, as we have to be careful of the people that we encounter and how we treat people, because we don't know what people we may need one day. So be careful how you treat people when you are in communication with them. Be careful how you
partner, hold on. Let me see what Tiffany got to say about that. Let me let her speak. Let me let her speak
Sitting
real
up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
That's one of her
I heard
quotes.
that.
And what's your thoughts about it? Let me play it again.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
I thought I had.
You know what? You know what? Thank you. It's not about power. It's about position. It's about purpose. It's about passion. And we shouldn't beat and attack on anyone, because as it relates to power, we are all in power. It just depends on how you want to use your power and what power are you claiming. So a title doesn't give you power. A position, a political position, or a position on your job doesn't give you the power. What gives you the power is when you understand your purpose and you standing in your power to encourage and build people. So again, I'm not here to attack her, and I wouldn't dare do that, because I understand that we, as people, we have to be careful how we treat people, how we talk to them, and we got to be careful with digging a ditch to put another person in it, because if as sure as we're digging the ditch to lay someone else to rest, you could also be digging that ditch for yourself. So I would encourage her to say, you know what, just keep, if you know what you're doing is the right thing, just keep doing the right thing. But if you know what you're doing is not the right thing, turn from your wicked ways, repent, and seek guidance from a higher power. And again, and I can't say this enough because I just want to be heard, if that's what she's already doing, then just keep on fighting and be not weary.
All right, people, that's my partner. Ain't a thing you can do about it. Listen, if you had an opportunity to talk to Tiffany tonight, what would you say to her? You can call in. What would you say to her? What would you say to her tonight? If you had the opportunity to speak with Tiffany one-on-one, what would you say to her? This is your opportunity to speak now, people. She might be listening. You never know. You never know. You never know. Real talk. We heard it early.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
All right. I need some callers. Where the callers at? Where the Tiffany callers at? Where the non-supporter call? Where they at? I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. It's a lot. That's all people been talking about on the internet. Tiffany. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Check.
Mayor, Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Up. All right. Come on, people. Y'all, come on. What's some of Tiffany's favorite quotes? If you had something to say to her tonight, what would you say to her? All right. All right. Call in, caller. Call in, Nate. Call in. I need some callers tonight. I need some engagements tonight. What would you tell Tiffany? What would you say to her? If you had an opportunity to sit down and talk with her one-on-one, what would you say to her? All right, people. All right. Come on in. Come on in, people. We talking now. We talking. Come on now.
Mayor, Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Y'all heard it. All right. Come on in, people. If you had opportunity to say something to Tiffany, what would you say to her? Call in 872-299-0808 or the number directly over my head, 872-297-6389. The number directly over my head. You can call in right now. I'm taking live callers. I'm taking it. What you afraid of? What you afraid of? If you had opportunity. If you had an opportunity, come on, people, call in. Call in.
Mayor, Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
All right. Come on. Come on now. I want to hear from y'all. Ain't that mighty strange? What's going on, people? Where y'all at? If you had an opportunity to speak to Tiffany, what would you say to her? I got a call. That's what I want to hear. See, a call. All right. What would you say? What would you say? You could be a Dolton resident. You could be a non-resident. You could be a Thornton Township resident. I don't care. What would you say? That's what I want to know. If she was sitting right here, what would you say to her? All right. We got another caller. 38.
Tracy Gill.
Okay. 3823. Come on, Miss Tracy.
Hi, my name is Tracy Gill. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I live in a connected suburb to Tiffany in here.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's talking about how Dolton used to be. Dolton was beautiful. I don't know where Tiffany flew from, where she was born at, but Tiffany needs to go sit down somewhere because she's doing something so terrible. The South suburbs out here in Chicago are already screwed up. And for to have a black woman, as she say, in power, do this to her own people, this is ridiculous. There was no shame whatsoever.
What you think she meant by this?
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Black woman in power, a black woman that had a chance to make a difference and didn't. A black woman who I believe is why Kamala didn't get elected a lot. She's putting us, all these black women out here. They got a power trip going on. I'm a black woman. How dare you do that to us? How dare you? And you're a single black mother at that. I don't know how far she went in her education, but she did not get a degree.
Well, I heard she have a degree from Robert Morris College in business administration.
I searched. No. I've been off work since 2019. She caught my attention because I've been bored, so I've been researching everything. Tiffany matriculated, if she knows what that means. She went through the school. She never graduated with no type of degree. No type of degree whatsoever. So she's lying. And the thing is, every other trustee up there on that panel, they have degrees. And she always says, you ran on my ticket. Yes, they did run your ticket. Because you were saying things that they thought would come to pass. You all were on the same page. And now you want to do this. And I feel sorry for these senior citizens who are being hoodwinked. They have no idea what's being done to them. All I can say is she stole enough money to pay them off. She stole enough money for that.
Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys
Oh,
doing
her
a lot
voice
of
irks
snitching.
me. She might be listening tonight. You never know. Go ahead.
I don't care if she's listening. I go in Tiffany's inbox all the time. And I told Tiffany, I said, you know what? I knew it was going to go down with Chief Freeman. I actually know someone downtown in the federal building. And I said, Tiffany, listen, You get Keith away from you, Tiffany. Get him away from you. Then what happens? It came out. He's indicted. Of course he's gonna snitch. You thought you was shredding everything at the township hall? No, you didn't shred everything. Keith wasn't no fool. He kept evidence. Had she not been doing all the advertising on her social media, Dixmoor never would have found Keith where he sold the $92,000 from. They didn't know where he was at. He's in the do you know how close these towns are in Chicago? You cross the street, you're in another town. You know, so they never would have found him had she not been doing this all on her social media. And if they don't get for her for anything else, that cancer thing, they need to take her down for that. If nothing else, that they need to take her down for. And I'm like, Jedediah, who raised you? Your mother had an audacity to come to a meeting.
Well,
you know.
But Tiffany always help people.
Light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even
Girl, you don't pay nothing. That's why
system,
the homeless
really,
man
really
out there in Dolton sleeping outside the Dollar General now because you help the homeless, right? You feed the homeless, right? That's why that man is freezing in Chicago. And this man is sitting outside in the cold with blankets on. Where's your rescue squad? Where's Tiffany? Put them in a police station if you said you were
We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
All right. Let's see what the next caller has to say. Hold on, young lady. Hold on. All right. 912. Come on, area code. Sarge, 912.
Yeah. What's going on, my man?
If you had to talk to Tiffany, what would you tell her?
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
What would you tell her?
You already know what I tell her.
I don't know. She might be listening tonight. You tell her.
Oh, okay. Then you gonna let me pop that thing. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, no, man. You come on. You done gone crazy now, man.
That's all she worth to me. That's all she worth to me. For real.
I guess
you asked what would we say?
So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Man, listen.
Yeah, bruh. I tell the trustees, bring her to me. The sultry one with the fire in her eyes.
You silly. How about this one, y'all?
Hey, I like sex.
Y'all like this one?
Women.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
Oh, you ain't young no more.
Oh, damn. Not the youth with an F.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
All right.
The youth. Not the youth. You gotta love it.
Oh, y'all gonna make me laugh tonight.
The youth is on fire. We don't need no brains. Just run around.
I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
Y'all call in 872-299-0808. Tiffany speaks. Super Mayor Tiffany, she's speaking tonight. She's speaking tonight. Y'all better be careful.
Beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah. Yeah, call in. Sarge, I ain't heard you laugh like that a long time.
Martin, I needed to laugh, brother. You really you did something. You just did something for man, my spirit and everything. It's so cold down here. People looking out their window like,
Hey, Sarge, I got this one for you. I got this for you, Sarge.
They can't beat me.
Okay.
If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls. They can't beat me. They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
Those are Tiffany quotes.
Oh. Well, I don't beat women, but she can come to the pole, the soul pole.
Stop it. Hey, Sarge.
Yes, I'm a dirty old man.
Hey, Sarge. She'll pay your light bill.
Gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
She said she paying light bills and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, light bill and gas bill.
Well, you know what they say. It ain't tricking if you got it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Sarge is something else, man.
You can trick off on me.
All right. People, we taking calls 872-299-0808. Super Mayor Tiffany speaks, y'all.
Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Sarge, you doing a lot of snitching? Oh, wow. Wow. Come on in, people. This is live uncut 872-297-6389. The number's directly over my head. Call in, people. Call in. We having a laugh tonight. The Super Mayor Quotes is with us tonight.
Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the Mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Uh-oh, y'all doing a lot of snitching. Come on in, people.
Martin?
Yes,
you doing a lot of laughing. You forgot your own phone number.
I know. I forgot my phone.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Y'all beating up on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my goodness. Sarge, I ain't heard you laughing a long time, boy. I'm telling you. It's been
This is hilarious.
This is, man. It's a
song I can't get out my head, man. Lil Wayne. The block is hot. The block is hot.
All right. All right, we got a new caller.
So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
All right, Eric code 216. Hey, caller. Tiffany here. Quotes. Go ahead.
This is sexy senior citizen growing up gracefully.
Uh-oh. All right, come on now.
Show. Oh no, I will apologize.
Go ahead.
I should have never got out my hookup, and I apologize to you only.
Okay.
And back to Tiffany. I live in Ohio.
The people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Go ahead.
She gonna go down just like she did with the mayor in East Cleveland. He couldn't do nothing, and he was going. They finally got him under secret indictment. 34 police officers got indicted, and they charged, and they in jail. 2 chief of police officers been jailed in East Cleveland, and you just can't make this stuff up.
When is anybody going to attacking on a black woman that's in power? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You got to learn the common sense. You got to learn the common sense, girl. You ain't got no common sense. What is no common sense gonna sink in?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, well, you just can't make this stuff up. She portraying like the mayor of East Cleveland. She ain't got no common sense. It took them a long time to get East Cleveland on the radar.
Mama, senior citizen, you want your light bill paid?
Light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really good.
I'm able to see your high rise, so I ain't got no light of gas bill. Shit, give me here, the woman's house she stole from her. They ain't got no light of gas in their name. You ain't got no. Oh shit! I heard.
The mayor Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Y'all doing a lot of snitching. Why y'all snitching on Tiffany? Why y'all snitching on Tiffany?
Oh, I ain't snitching on nobody. I don't like the police because I ain't never been in jail.
And plus,
But she go to the Great Gate Hotel with check in and you don't check out. You got to keep a bracelet.
and plus she
You
a
ain't gold now.
plus she a black
You
woman.
ain't gold
Beating and
now.
attacking on a black woman that's in power.
No.
Y'all should be ashamed of
You
yourselves.
can't use the race card. You can't use the race card. You can't use the race card because you disgrace the black women. Oh, boy. You disgrace the black women. And my grandma told me, you put your hand in the cookie jar one time and you don't get caught. You pull your hand out the cookie jar. You keep on sticking your hand in the cookie jar.
If they could beat me, they
You
would
don't
have
get
went
run
to the
into
polls.
crumbs. And she ran into crumbs. Oh, boy. Ooh, we are. Lord have mercy. What is wrong with the girl? When common sense don't sink in?
Y'all snitching on Tiffany.
Yeah.
Y'all sniffing on Tiffany.
Oh, she better be glad I don't live in her town. She better be glad when I
Why
was
y'all-
Ohio.
Beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of
She a
yourselves.
disgrace to black women. She a disgrace to black women. And I'm a black woman myself. And I don't know about her. She ain't learned no common sense yet. Man, when common sense go kick into some of these people?
Yeah.
And the goons.
Mama Senior, hold on a minute. Mama Senior, I got a call. I want to hear what they got to say.
Okay. Okay.
803, come on, 803.
Tiffany
Hey, Martin, how you doing, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You guys doing a lot of snitching.
Look, man, I think my message for Ms. Hinyard would be, it's easy to go ahead and throw up all the things that we have seen or things that we might be disappointed about. I think my conversation with her would try to be in regards to how to move forward. First of all, taking ownership, taking accountability. And I think that's one of the biggest conversations that I don't think is being had with her. I think there's a lot of, I think there's too much almost vitriol being thrown to where a message of talking about accountability and redemption can't really sink in because she's on a defensive. She's really being defensive. She's on the defense of everything. So I think I would try to talk to her in a more calm way and just really try to talk to her about, hey, where do you see yourself moving forward through all of this? You've got two different entities that you're responsible for, and you have chaos in both of them. You don't think that you could be a common denominator in any of this? And I understand that there are more.
The people's man. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Go ahead, brother.
Right. Well, and see, here's the thing. I understand that there are a lot of more pieces to the puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we always know that. There's more that's behind the scenes that we can ever know, that we will ever know. And there is more to it than just her. You understand that. At the end of the day, you're the one who holds the lead position. So there has to be some type of accountability that comes to you first. You can't always be willing to deflect everything. That's what I see with Keith Price. She surrounds herself with people who do nothing but deflect. No one wants to accept accountability, so she doesn't accept accountability. So my conversation would simply be about trying to get her to understand accountability first, and then how do you turn the page for yourself personally as a person? Because once again, this is a black woman who has had an opportunity.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Y'all attacking the black woman that's in power.
Not use that.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, here's the thing. If you want to use that as your calling card, cool. I still understand that there's a responsibility for using that as your calling card. That there are actually other black young ladies who could have been looking up to her. If you listen to what Fania Duke said in one of Jed's lives, or actually what she said at the village meeting. She said, had not Tiffany turned her back on her, she would still probably be with Tiffany.
Well, listen. Well, this is what Tiffany said. Hold it. Tiffany, this is what Tiffany saying. Listen to this.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
See, with the young people, she said.
And that's great. And that's very true. But it's like you can't pour new wine out of old skins. You know, people are.
You can if the truth is on fire.
But what I mean is that it can't be do as I say, not as I do. You know, you can say all the right things, but if you yourself is not an example of what you're speaking, for a lot of people that doesn't hold any weight. That won't hold weight for everyone. Some people may look at her and say, you know what, despite what I see her going through, I still want to aspire to become more involved in politics. Yeah, you may find some people who are like that. But a lot of people nowadays, especially young people pay attention to what you do, not what you say. And if your actions don't match your words, you're not going to connect to young people. That's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So my conversation will just be around accountability and looking at what does she see for herself in the future to move forward for her own growth and her own evolution as an individual. We all have to evolve. We all have ran into things in this lifetime. I'm not that much older than Miss Hinyard herself. I'm 45, so I'm very close to her age. And trust and believe, Martin, there are things that are, oh my God, if I could go back sometimes, I would say that I would change things, but no, I wouldn't, because it took those lessons, it took those things of those lessons of accountability of my mistakes to help me develop and to evolve into the man that I am now.
Okay, hold it right there.
I had to make this mistake.
Yeah, hold it right there. We're gonna go to this new caller. Hey, caller. We need you to turn that back down or roll your window up or something. 0426. Got a lot of static. I want to hear from you.
Oh, all right. Good evening, Mark, and good evening, panel.
The people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
So what's going on, brother? Talk to us. Sir? Go ahead.
Yes, hello?
0426. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the topic is, and I'm not quite ready yet, Martin. I'm just listening. You can come back around to me, please.
Okay. Well, let me tell you one thing.
Up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all know better than that. And if you want your light bill paid, you better be quiet.
Your light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental system, which was really, really dope.
Yes, sir.
Martin, this is 803. The thing I just never really understood is why I try to take such credit for programs that were already existing. A lot of programs that she brags that she brought to the township or to the village were programs that were already pre-existing, that people were already using in some way, shape, or form. Now, she might have put more spotlight on it or put more emphasis to know that.
Why you snitching?
You guys doing a lot of snitching.
You telling on her.
But see, this is what I'm talking about.
You telling on her, brother. Why you telling on her? She playing politics.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what happens when deflection is your only reaction. You never want to see yourself as being the problem. You always want to lash out and say, "Oh no, it's not me, it's this," or "You guys did this." That's no different from how she's blamed from the trustees even down there to her own constituents. She deflects everything. She never takes a moment. I have yet to see anything from my time of watching even the backlogs of meetings, from being a trustee to even becoming a mayor, I have never seen any clip of Tiffany Henyard accepting accountability.
Man, why are you doing this, sister?
Beating and attacking on a black woman.
Why are you doing it?
In power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Woo!
I think most of us on this panel.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I think most of us on this panel are at an age where we had to take accountability from those who were our elders, because they went to our backside.
Yeah,
didn't do right.
And I was
that's what I'm talking about.
That may not be politically correct nowadays for me to say that out loud, but we had consequences.
Oh yeah,
we grew up with consequences. We grew up understanding that our actions had a consequence.
Oh yeah,
and if our actions didn't match up what was expected, there was a consequence behind it.
Well, y'all snitching.
Nowadays, everybody wants to have
you guys
automatic grace, I guess, or
well, y'all snitching on them.
It doesn't matter what I do. You don't hold me accountable.
All right, I feel you.
I was born.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin. A good one would be to ask, how many people on this panel didn't have one of them trees nearby?
Oh
Get a stick
yeah,
off that tree.
Ooh, Jesus, oh Lord. Mm-hmm.
Man.
And they look at you with them eyes.
Hey, y'all hold.
You with them eyes.
Yeah, hold it.
They even have to whoop you.
Hold it a minute. Let me see if I can bring my man back in now. Maybe he can comment now. 026. Come on. 0426. I'm sorry. 0426. Maybe he can get in some of this action. Come on, bro.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
Tiffany said they can't beat her.
My mama would have went and made her go get a switch.
All right, people. We look.
Yeah, the eyes. You said the eyes told it all.
We need some more.
My grandma would look at us with them eyes, and we would immediately cry. She hadn't even whooped us yet.
We need some more callers, people. 872-299-0808 or the number directly over my head, 872-297-6389. If Tiffany was right here, and she might be listening, what would you say to her? What would you say to her? I'm looking for non-supporters as well as supporters. That's what I'm looking for.
Common sense. When you gonna learn some common sense? When you gonna learn some common sense?
but listen, Mother Senior. Seriously, all jokes aside, I know we've been laughing and all that. What advice would you give her to help her situation that she's in? What would you say to her? What advice
I would say to her is the people who put you in power as a black woman. You let the people down, and you just can't rail back from that. And her mother taught her, well, you can learn common sense. And I would say to her, what legacy is you gonna leave behind? What legacy? I'm looking for a legacy from her.
Mm-hmm.
What is she gonna leave behind for her daughter to look forward to? I don't mean to bring the child in it. What is she gonna look for her daughter? Her daughter go see her, go be seeing this damn. And they know not kind of legacy to leave for your underage children, that your underage child. And then when Jedediah Brown was at the mama house, which Tiffany Henyard put on there as a mailing address, he had a right to go protest in that on the street. But he was across the street and not in front of the property. And you just can't make this stuff up about and then Kamal.
Sister.
Come out there bullying people.
Sister, hold it right there.
He's just trying to come up a come up.
But see, the thing is, I'm asking you. What I'm asking is, what would you tell if you had a conversation with Tiffany and she was sitting right in front of you as you being her elder? What would you tell her? All that Kamal and other stuff, what would you tell her as a mother?
I would tell her, as a black woman, we voted you in, we can vote you out. And what kind of legacy you going to leave behind for us to look forward to?
Okay, hold it right there. Let's say with this new caller. We got a new caller. Hold on, mama.
Yeah.
We got a new caller. Hey, caller 2067. Come on, 2067.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good.
This is Succeeding too.
All right. How are you? Good.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Chad.
Hey.
So I have a question more so for you.
Hold it. That's we starting off on the wrong foot. You don't call here and ask no questions. You call here and speak on You call here and you speak on the subject. Then maybe you can get a question. That's right. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I agree with what everyone has said, that the lack of accountability definitely is what is causing that downward spiral that we're seeing.
Rosemary
has joined.
Go ahead.
I grew up in a time period where I taught my daughter that is the most important thing, to always honor your commitments.
Okay. And that you'll tell her.
You say you're going to come in, and you say you're going to come in, and this is how you're going to handle business. That's what you do. You don't change and do the same thing that you complained about the others doing.
Okay. So you would tell her that. So how would you think that would help her? Go ahead.
Well, one, it would help in the sense, well, now it's a little bit too late, because if you weren't necessarily taught to honor your commitments, you're not going to suddenly start, unless you have some time in a little small room, in a small facility where they serve chicken and fish on certain days, to really reflect on it. Then at that time, you may think, you know what? This is what I did wrong. But right now, I think they're operating kind of like Cruella did on the Dalmatians. So I think right now it's just part of
the people's mayor. So you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Okay. I'm looking for something. I'm trying to put myself in Tiffany's spot. What would I'm trying to figure out. I know all the things I've done. What would you guys tell me?
Right. To get you back to a good place?
Yeah, a good place, or just tell me. Yeah. Nobody's really getting.
This is what
Go ahead, sister.
This is what you're going through right now, and you've done some things, and you've had some challenges. So this is what do you think that you can do, or what do you think can be done in order to at least exit in a good space, keeping in mind that your daughter is going to see all of the information. So thinking and focusing on your legacy. What do you think you could do as far as a good exit strategy, where you may not have had a good entrance, but you could at least have a great exit?
Okay, I accept that. Let me go. I got 3 more callers, because people say they call and some hanging up on people. When you call, you're going to hear. You're going to hear a voicemail. It's going to tell you what to do. You just have to hold on. I know a lot of you guys are not familiar with the process. All right, I think it's Bill 4248. Come on, Bill. I think that's you. Go ahead.
Hey,
I can free the line.
How you doing?
Yes.
Martin, I believe there's been some people that's close to her
in her.
Hey, Bill, hold it right there. I listen. I'm asking you, what would you tell her? Don't worry about who ain't around her. You know, a lot of times we don't listen to people that's in our camp because we going along, getting along. So, what would you tell if you had an opportunity? Go ahead.
I was about to say, I made that statement, but she heard from her public, you know, everything that she's doing wrong, you know, and she just won't accept it. I don't think it's nothing that anybody could say, me and nobody else. But the thing in a nutshell, you playing this tape about the people they snitching. That's an admission of guilt, because snitching means somebody's telling the truth on you. And if somebody lying, you don't say they snitching, you say they lying on you. So there's a lot of corrective coaching. There's a lot of corrective coaching that could be done, and I believe it has been. It's just that she gonna do things her way, no matter what you say, I say.
No, but see, but Bill, listen to me now. I want you to stay on course. Listen to your brother. I don't care what they say. I'm saying if you had an opportunity, if Tiffany was listening right now, she might be, and if she was in front of you, what would you tell her? That's what I'm concerned about. I ain't worried about what nobody else tried to do. Hold on, sister. I'm still talking to Bill. Me and Bill are still talking. Go ahead, Bill.
That she needs to change her attitude and her ways and respect the people that has voted her in, and take a look at her behavior, because it's off the chart.
But Bill, what if she tell you this?
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
That's the response I think everybody been getting, and she's not taking part on nothing that nobody said. Bottom line.
Oh, my God. Bill, you better be careful, cuz.
Beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Hey, Bill, you need your light and gas paid?
Don't pay your light bill, gas bill, water bill.
Yes,
even
I do.
Very low ones. We even get a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really dope.
Martin, I got a question. Is she's the first supervisor of the township and mayor at the same time? I've been wondering about that.
I think so, woman supervisor. I think so. But let me get on to the next caller, Bill. They calling in. I want to just don't go nowhere. 7949. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Martin G. and Live. Hello, everyone.
They can't beat
so
me.
If I was able to speak to Tiffany and have some encouragement or just some realness for her, I would remind her that, number one, I am a black woman just like you. Okay. Number two, I do have stake in the Southland. Okay. And I'm not happy with your performance. Okay. Real leaders are able to acknowledge when they have failed or when they need to readjust. You know, you can't go through life thinking that I'm right, and the people who pay your bill or your salary is wrong. You have to be able to meet people in the middle. You have to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. And also, your walk and your talk must match. Okay, you can't say one thing and do something different.
But why you
attacking on a black woman?
Why you attacking a black woman?
In power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You know, it's called constructive criticism, and I too am a black woman. So race has nothing to do with it. So we need to leave that behind, because you're not going to win. Okay.
All right.
Please humble yourself. I would end on that. Please humble yourself.
You want your gas bill
Pay
paid?
your light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
I would let her know that I don't qualify, sis. I don't qualify. I don't qualify. So what you got for me?
Yeah.
Mayor Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Martin, that's all I'm gonna end it on. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I'm just having fun tonight, so ignore me. I'm just having fun tonight. You know, I figured I'd put this out there, give you guys a laugh. But seriously, I did want to know what would you guys tell her if you had an opportunity to sit down. You did explain yourself very well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that wonderful comment.
My life for your life.
Okay, we got area code 919. Come on, caller. 919.
Hello. My name is Rosemary.
Hey, Miss
I'm
Rosemary.
from North Carolina.
All right, how are you doing?
Hello, sweetheart.
Good. Good. Good.
I'm blessed.
Good.
I would tell Tiffany, number one, stop talking about you are a youth. You are halfway through your life. Actuarially, I was an insurance broker and a stockbroker, financial background. Tiffany is in her mid-40s or early 40s. The average lifespan is in your mid-80s, and that's if you're lucky. So you're not a youth anymore. You need to get over that. The second thing is you are a mother now, and you've shown a lack of morals by dealing with this married man. Now, that's a choice you can make for yourself, but don't make that for your daughter. This man should not be carrying that little girl, holding her under her bottom. Early Walker, the father, I'm sure he's livid about it. But at any rate, Tiffany is not a kid anymore. And the other thing is, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree unless it's on a hill.
Mm.
So when you look at her behavior and the things she's doing, that was a lack of discipline as a kid, but she reminds me of a child that if she didn't get her way
on a black woman that's in power, y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
And as a kid, when she said, those things, those are her sayings. This is her. And as a kid, if she didn't get her way, the next day, the little girls in the neighborhood, when they woke up and went out to play, they were going to find that she had done something revengeful. But she's halfway through her adult life. It's time to get serious and stop.
So that's what you would tell her. Okay.
That's what I would tell her.
Okay. But,
and then I would tell her.
Well, let me ask you a question.
And then I would tell her.
Let me say this.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Go ahead, my dear sister. I had to play that. I'm having fun tonight. Go ahead.
I know. I love your show. And I would tell her, I'm a black woman too, a very successful black woman, that by the time I was in my 40s, I'm already set. The life you live today is based on choices you made yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to get on it. She needs to be getting her finances in order, her net worth, you got to make something work. Obviously, you're not an entrepreneur. You're not a realtor. You don't follow through on anything. She needs to find something and stick with it. That's it.
Thank you so much. We go to the next caller, area code 313. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. If you had an opportunity to talk to Tiffany one-on-one, or she might be listening tonight, what would you say to her? What would you say to her? 313.
Hello, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
Tiffany, you have a young daughter that you chose to raise and not surrender her to her father. It is imperative that at this point in your life, for her, you do the right thing. Quit your job, go talk to the FBI, and start your life anew. Because at this point, at the way you're going, thinking you're untouchable, that child is going to be removed from you, and you may go to prison, but she will be removed from you. You're so busy out here trying to get ahead of the game
that the game has already been played. And at this point, you have spent so much time away from her trying to be in the game that you haven't spent time with her. And you left this for her to see forever on the internet. Do the right thing now. It's never too late to do the right thing now.
Can I ask you a
That's what
question?
I would say.
I want to ask you a question.
Mhm.
Why would you tell her to turn herself into the FBI if she have not been accused of anything first by them or charged anything? Why would you even tell her that? What advice? What good
I would
advice?
tell her that just,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just asked
I
some
would tell
questions.
her
Curious.
that, but no, then you're good. I would tell her that for the simple fact that the FBI has already done subpoenas in both Dolton and Thornton. And you have if I'm her, no, I'm not her. And they have your name all over these subpoenas. Go talk to them. You don't let people come for you. I'm not a person that believes in reactive, proactive. You got my name all over this, I'm going there. I got my child to consider. And at no point do I think that you're considering this child. And I've said that every time I end up watching somewhere, she's not considering this child. She thinks, I got it going on. I got this covered. I can do this. I ain't got to worry about nothing. My child be all right. No. And that child's going to have to deal with this for the rest of her life. She is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really sad because she's not taking her into any consideration. I'm not even going to say allegedly. It's obvious. She's not. She's not even taking consideration. You guys out here hollering, screaming outside the mama's house. It's a bunch of carrying on by that family. There is no way in the world. First of all, my mama ain't finna let me stand outside with a bunch of men standing outside. But where's your child? Where's your child? You rolled up with DeMarcus, then Kamal rolled up. Where's your child? Was your child in the house? Why are you still outside? Take in consideration your child. That should change everything. It should change everything. Sure, okay, she did what she did and she was doing what she was doing, but it's like, okay, that's enough. Because you can tell she's spiraling now. Stop. Take pause and cause and take care of your child. It's all about your child. Whatever you got to do, but you need to turn yourself. Okay, you're right, Martin. Maybe I'm saying it the wrong way. Go talk to the FBI. Why are you looking for me? Why are you investigating me? Because whatever it is, either it's going to be taken care of now or later, be it good or bad. Take care of it and start anew. But you got to do it for the child. You have to. It's not fair to the child.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay, thank you. You can hold on. Let me go to the next
Thank you.
caller. Thank you. 2360. Hey, caller. Last four digits. 2360. Caller, are you there? 2360.
Jerry.
I joined.
Caller 2360.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, brother? So if you let me ask you the question. Let me ask you, hold on. Let me ask you, if you had to talk to Tiffany one-on-one in front of you, or she might be listening tonight, what advice you would give to her?
I would just tell her.
Hold it, call.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Resign and rebuild.
You said go ahead.
No. Hold it. I got somebody before you. Hold on. I got a person. Okay. Go ahead. 2360. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just simply tell her resign and rebuild. Save yourself and your family any further embarrassment and more stress. Let's just say, even if you do win a re-election in Dolton, what kind of cooperation are you going to get from the community and the trustees? Just let it go. Game over. And that's all I got to say, brother.
Okay, that's what you tell her. Okay, I appreciate you. All right, we're going to the next caller.
Resign and rebuild.
Okay, you said resign and rebuild. Okay, all right. But let's go to the next caller, 662, area code 662. Caller, you're live, uncut. Yeah. Go ahead, call.
On this, My Life in Your Life.
Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, brother? I thought I heard you. Yeah, that background.
The first thing I would do.
Hey, can you climb that background or go into a quiet room or something? That background killing me, man.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it was just that background. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I would do and tell her to apologize to all the citizens in Dolton or in that area. Apologize and be sincere. Let people take the mask off. Become powerless. Take the mask off so people can feel your genuineness, if you have that in you. Second, I would talk to her about redemption. She got a chance to redeem herself, but she's first have to let the people know that she's sorry for what she did, all the things that she have done in there. So that's what I was.
Now, my life. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why would she admit to something that probably could send her to prison?
Well,
if she had been charged.
To admit to anything.
Okay, I mean, make it clear. Okay.
Open apologies.
Okay, go ahead.
Open apologies for the way she treated the residents in the meetings.
Okay.
Not necessarily what she's done. Like in those board meetings, your 3 minutes are up. Next call, get them out of here. All that kind of stuff. And have some humility about herself. That's where I would start at. And all that other stuff, everybody already know what the end result is. We pretty much know, if you just been watching, the end result is going to be, they're going to get her probably before the election or maybe a few days after.
But why y'all?
And the reason why beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
They first started out small. They didn't really realize how big this thing is. So that's what's taking so long. You got shredding paper, calling up and tampering with witnesses. You know the whole spiel, and they know, right? But that would be my thing. Just say, hey, residents, I'm sorry for the way I talked to you in the meetings. I'm sorry for the way I've handled you. I'm sorry for being dishonest with the record. Well, she might not want to go that far, but that's what I would just say. I'll just talk to her about about being apologetic and being, if she can, be genuine with the people or the citizens in Dolton.
All right. That's it. Okay. Next caller, 313.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
All right. Area code 313. You're live, uncut, unedited. Area code 313.
Is that 313-289?
You ain't got to see your whole phone number. Yeah. You don't know 313 on here.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now,
Tiffany,
the question.
Everything on your...
Huh?
Go ahead.
The question is,
go ahead.
If you had an opportunity to talk with Tiffany one-on-one, or she might be listening tonight, what advice you would give her?
And has joined.
Well, I would just tell her that you brought everything on yourself.
Okay.
You brought the house down on yourself. You made that bed, now sleep in it. Everything was out on video after video after video. You were supposed to do all of that buffoonery. You're supposed to do that in the back room in the closed section. You was not supposed to come out of closed session and behave the way that you behave. You don't have no out.
Mayor, Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor.
It's over with.
You guys doing a lot of snitching.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's over. You know, it's over. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sure going to miss you because you brought me a lot of excitement. Now, I'm waiting on the next clown. Goodbye.
All right. All right. Let's go to the next caller. Area code 731. 731.
Beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? If you had Tiffany right here on the phone with you or right in front of you, what advice you would give her?
Actually, I've been wanting to talk to you guys, but the advice I would give Tiffany is to step down There's just been a lot of stuff that has been going on. I've been following this for 7, 8 months or so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I would just, to just step down gracefully. Tiffany, in my opinion, had she was always talking about what somebody else did.
Okay, hold it, ma'am. I need you. We don't need to go into. I need you. Act like you're having a conversation with Tiffany right now. And what would you tell her?
I would tell her.
I don't need you talking second person first. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would tell her to step down gracefully, and maybe do something else. She's good at I've seen her. She's good at doing things with. She's talented, with doing that kind of work or whatever. I just don't. I would let her know that I didn't think that she was good at being a mayor, but she's good at everything, at many things. I don't think she's dumb at all. I just think I think she's a very smart young lady, but I just don't think that was the job for her. And just step down gracefully and do something else and take care of her child.
Now, I want to ask you a question in Tiffany defense. Now, suppose Tiffany lose the mayor. Okay, she lose for Dolton mayor. She lose that election. Okay, we know she's not in other election. Now, she can come back in another 2 years to run against Stan or Andrew Holmes to get back for trustee. Then after that, 2 years, after 2 years serving there, the election is coming back around again for mayor. Now, how that sound? Now, she could do that, though. She could do that. Take in mind if she don't go to jail, if she don't get indicted or anything like that. I'll say that. She could do that.
She could do that. But at the same time, I say again, I don't think that that's the job for her. Tiffany, they would probably be, like people were saying before, she would probably get, some kind of spot in a movie or something. She'll be making money anyway.
But listen to this.
Do that.
Listen to this. It's almost like buying a house and you lost it. Does that mean that you don't try to get another house because you lost the first one?
No, but that also means too that if she gets a movie deal, she can buy a bigger house.
Yeah, but that
than what she's got now.
But what I'm saying is,
it's not that.
What I'm saying is,
it's not that she shouldn't try.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
I'm not
because
saying don't try.
She didn't get the mayorship right the first time. We'll just agree on that. That doesn't mean that she should stop trying to be. If she have another opportunity to be the mayor, that don't mean she should stop trying. You got to think about that.
She doesn't necessarily have to stop trying to do the mayorship or the trustee again, but get some more knowledge. So, within these 4 years, get a little more knowledge concerning that, and then she would be
hold it right there.
Better at it.
Hold it right there. She has 4 years of trustee in Dolton. Now it's going on 4 years as the mayor in Dolton. Is that enough experience for her to rerun again and try to do it all over again? And is that enough experience? I'm just asking.
Not if she hasn't. I don't feel. Not if she hasn't learned from what's going on with her now. If she can learn from what's going on with her now and any mistakes that were made, during that time, then of course she can run again. And people may feel totally different about her that next time.
And it's a possibility. It's very a possibility. I'm just putting on a thinking cap. I'm not a supporter of Tiffany. I'm not a paid provocative for her or anything. I have not talked to her on the telephone or anything. So I just want to get that out. And I do not support her. But I just want to, this is me just thinking. A lot of black people, when we try something and we don't be good at it the first time, we stop. It took me years.
Right.
It took me years on YouTube just to get 50 people on my live at one time. Took me years. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had Facebook mastered, but I didn't have YouTube. I couldn't get nobody to watch my YouTube. Sometimes be one person on there. I'm just being honest. I'm being real honest. But does that mean that I should have stopped trying? I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out, what am I doing wrong? What is it? What's going on?
What am I doing wrong?
Right, and that's what she has to do.
If she was to go back,
yeah, that's right.
That's why I said if she can go back. It's not saying that she can never do it again, but if she can go back and check herself and say, okay, like you said, what did I do wrong? And look at herself and say, well, maybe I can do this a different way. I can do that a different way. Let me look into that and go for it again. A lot of people may have a totally different thing about her, if they know that she's trying to do these things. So no, I would never say that that she can't do it, or if she's still young enough that she can do that again in 4 years or 8 years or whatever, But I think just like with all of us, we have to look within ourselves and say, okay, if this didn't work out for me, I need to look back inside myself and see if maybe it was me instead of maybe blaming somebody else for my downfall, and look at myself first.
And that's great. That's great. And see, this is what I'm talking about. We are having this is what I'm talking about. So, cause that was my plan. I was like, you know what? She can bounce back. Okay, if she lose being the mayor, okay, in Dolton, which she probably will. I don't know. That's a toss up, because she got them seniors on lock. Senior citizens do a lot of voting, opposed to young people. A lot of young people don't vote. They vote in like in a national election, like the president or something like that. But the local elections, they just don't vote. I mean, here in Cook County, I don't know how it is in other places. But let me just say this. I was saying that Tiffany could, if she lose the Dolton mayor's seat, she can come back and run as a trustee in another 2 years. She can run for stand position, or she can run for Andrew Holmes' position. That's up in another 2 years. Then after that, another 2 years is the mayorship. She can run for that. Then from that, she can run for the township again, all over again. So it's not no end all. Now, the only way she possibly may not be able to run again if she get arrested and convicted. So that's a possibility. It hasn't happened yet.
Well, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
But I also want to say too, because you said something and you're saying like, and I definitely, seniors are the ones that go out and vote.
Yes, you guys do. Yes, we do. I consider myself a senior.
But I don't, and then I'm just, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't live there or whatever. But I also know that people tend to tell you what you want to hear, or just like with the bingo things and things like that. And they will tell you, oh, well, and yeah, because, she does this, or if she does this or whatever, I'm definitely going to vote for her. And they'll tell somebody else, no, I'm not voting for her, whatever. And they may not even do that. So I don't think that she just necessarily has them in her pocket as far as all of the seniors.
Well, let me just say this.
Pay your light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
Now, I'm going to tell you what I've seen with my own.
That's another thing.
Yeah. That's politics. I'm going to let you say.
That's another thing with it. Right. And
that's
politics. That's another thing. That that's politics. And also, that's not something that somebody before her has done because it's politics. They have paid light bills, they pay gas bills, they paid all these different things, or whatever. They've had bingo or whatever. She may not have won as much as these seniors have or whatever, but that's politics. So that's not something new. That's what a lot of people are used to, their politicians doing. So that still doesn't mean that she has them in her pocket.
Well,
per se.
Let me just say this. I'll say this. She is a seasoned politician, and she know how to win. She have a track record of winning. She got 2 trustee seats and a mayor seat. So that's a track record. And I'm going to tell you what I've seen with my own eyes. When I was in Riverdale, Now Riverdale is connected to Dolton. It's right there. I seen her walking down the street in a pickup truck full of watermelons in the summertime. And some people would have, and they was knocking on doors, passing out watermelons. Now, any politician on here knows one of the most effective, hard-nosed way to solicit votes is go to door to door, knock on doors. And she know that. What I'm trying to tell people, don't underestimate Tiffany running in this mayoral race. Now, we know all the odds against her, but she know how to run a race. She know how to run. And she's not, we may talk about her saying youth and tied tongue and all that, but she know how to win. She got a track record of winning, especially when it comes to politics. She won 2 trustee seats and 1 mayor. And she got selected for the Dolton Township supervisor, so we can't really count that. But she knows something, people. So we cannot underestimate her. Can't do that.
Well, I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not taking up for y'all. Don't beat me up, y'all. Don't beat me up. Go ahead.
I agree with you there, because that's even like, I look at Jedediah Brown, a lot, and he even said, and that's what he's trying to get the people. Do not underestimate her. Like you say, he was trustee for 8 years. She's been mayor almost 4 or whatever, and don't know. And I wouldn't, and I don't think that they should, because, yeah.
You know what she said, sister?
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
And she believes that. We got a new caller. Thank you so much, caller. You can hang around if you like.
You're welcome.
5865. 5865, the last 4 digits. 5865.
Yeah.
How you doing, caller?
Okay. I think, hey, how's it going, Mark? I think Tiffany, she really has to humble herself.
Okay. Hold it, sir. Hold it. This is what I need you to do. If you had an opportunity to talk with Tiffany one-on-one, or if she listened tonight, what advice you would give her? I don't need a broad thing. I'm talking about you. What advice you would give her?
I would tell her that you would really have to humble yourself, find somewhere in your heart to apologize to them residents and get back on their good side and try to build from there. As long as you see if you can find for them to give you some type of forgiveness, they'll probably try to work with you. That's what I would say to her one-on-one.
That's some good advice. Good advice. Good advice. Good advice.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
All right. This is what Tiffany said to the youth. She said this to the youth.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Myself, since okay, I'm going. You changed the question up.
No, it ain't the question. That's been the question all the time. If you had something to tell her one-on-one.
What? Okay. Well, earlier you asked what would I ask her, but anyway.
No, I didn't ask it. No, you was going. You went into the bedroom. Your mind was somewhere else. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. It's always in the gutter, but not now. Okay. Now check it out. What I would tell her as a person that's holding this position is, okay, sit down, write down everything that you've seen or what's said that's wrong. Okay? Write that on one sheet of paper. Everything that you know will work right or needs improvement, write that on another sheet of paper. Focus on the this goes right, this needs improvement side, and let all the rest of that wrong and the boisterous and all this other stuff, let that go. Now, if you notice something with this whole broadcast, they're talking about this black woman thing, this black girl magic that don't really exist. Everyone that was talking about her was talking about her daughter. Have you noticed that not one of them women said she need to get married and build a family? Did you notice that, Martin?
I noticed it.
I did.
I noticed it.
I did. And then they wonder why Black American women are the least married demographic of women in the United States, bar none, and the most that are raising children in single parent homes. And that's not to diss black women. I'm just stating facts. Marriage material to me may not be marriage material to you. So that's subjective. I have some friends that are married to women
who don't want to listen.
Sir,
bro.
Who doesn't want to listen.
Hey, brother, I'm gonna give you a chance to rebuttal on that. Okay, just give him, let him hear him out, and I'll give you a chance. Go ahead, Sarge. I'll give him a chance.
Okay, now check it out. With me, I do not see large women as marriage material. Now that's just me. That's subjective. That's my particular taste of women, right? Some men do not like petite women. Some men like meaty women. Now, no, see how I'm being nice? I'm not calling nobody no disrespectful name.
I appreciate it.
Now, some people like a certain
on a black
type of
woman
religion.
that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's subjective. Just because you think she's not marriage material, that doesn't mean she's not marriage material for somebody. It's somebody for everybody. You know, hell, you could see a long-lasting relationship with two crackheads. They be together forever as long as the rocks they get smoked.
Okay.
Oh, I'm done.
All right, let's go ahead, my brother. 5865. Go ahead. You want to rebuttal on something?
Okay. In order for you to have a woman of that nature, you will have to be a guy who will have to put yourself on the back end instead of the front end. Because she's not willing to be led. Because in her mind, she's a leader. But she's really not a leader. And all she's going to bring to your house is chaos and confusion. Because some people get off on that. You know what I'm saying? Some people, that's the way they motor run. You know? And
I want to ask you a question.
Somebody, you want to marry somebody.
I want to ask you a question. Now, she may not be a leader in your eyes, but she have two leadership positions. How you gonna deal with that? She may not be a leader in your eyes, but she have two leadership positions.
Right.
Those leadership
positions and mess both of them up.
Okay.
That's all I can say. Had two leadership positions and didn't know how to handle
them. Okay.
They overtook her. They ran over her before she figured out how to run them. They ran over her.
Okay.
So when you marry somebody, you want to marry somebody who's gonna complete you, not compete against you. And she gives that she's gonna always be in competition with
beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
See? That's it right there. She's always gonna want to compete against you. She's not gonna complete you. She's gonna try to compete against you.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor, Tiffany A. Hilliard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
All right, people. All right, I'm having fun tonight. I'm enjoying this live tonight. I'm enjoying you guys tonight and talking because I hear a lot of chatter, and I want to know if you had an opportunity, what would you say to her? If you had an opportunity to talk to her in person, even on a telephone, or even on this channel, what would you say? You know, what would you say that can help her? Probably help her. Get her out of the situation that she's in. Or is the damage already done? There's no repairing, there's no coming back. Now let me ask that question. Is there Is there no coming back? The damage is already done. That's it. She cannot be helped. Now, maybe I'm gonna start with you. 5'8", 6'5". Is it too much?
She could be all of that. No, she got a chance to come back, and she did it. She did some good. She got some good in her now. She got some good in her.
Pay your light bill, gas bill, water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
Go ahead.
She got some good in her. It's just that it's in certain fields. She'd be better off being I think she'd be better off being a trustee rather than being in the mayor position. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know if I cut him off. I'm sorry if I did. I'm sorry. I probably cut him off by mistake. I'm sorry. All right, people. If you're calling in this channel anonymously, look at me. I'm not even pronouncing the words correct. Anonymous. You cannot. I would not take your call. Okay. I'm just seriously. I hung up on the last brother by mistake, booting off another caller. But you cannot call here anonymous and expect me to answer your call. I'm not going to do that. I want to hear from you, but if you can't show your number, get you a Google number or something. That's all. Get you a Google number, and you just do that. Get you a Google number. That's all you got to do. Get you a Google number. If you don't want numbers, I'm not accepting any anonymous calls, period. I'm just not doing it. I am not doing it, people. So if you can't call with a number, get your daughter telephone number. I don't care. I'm not going to call you back. I'm not going to give it out. I promise you I'm not. I've never have. I'm not going to give your phone number out. But get you a Google number, whatever, and call me. Let that show. That's all you have to do. And kill all that. You know? All right.
Hey, Mark.
Come on, Brother Bill. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Quick?
No, you ain't got to be quick. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take your time.
I'm sitting here listening to you about the anonymous caller, and you pride yourself on being fair, but how fair is it for somebody to tell how to cheat to go get a Google number and you'll answer?
Yeah.
You can't be no fair than that.
You can't be no fair than that. Yeah, I'm just telling you, just get a number. If you don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. See, the thing is, you don't ever have to worry about me calling y'all back. And if I call you back, I'm calling you back from the number that you call. I'm not calling you to give your number away or anything. I'm not going to do that. I'm not known for that. I've been doing it for some years now. I'm not known to give out people call in numbers. I never gave Sarge number out. I never gave Bill number out. Never gave none of the doctors' numbers out. Never. I don't do that. And I just showed you, Bill told you, I just gave you the cheat code. Get you a Google number. I'm an honest crook. All right. We having fun tonight.
Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Mm-hmm.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
Y'all hear that, don't you? She's guaranteed they can't beat her. If they could have beat her, they would have went to the polls. Talking about the Black Caucus. That's what she's talking about.
But I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do.
All right. All right, let's go to the questions. I hung up on my man. I didn't try to do it. All right, 731. This is the question. I forgot the question I was going to ask. Is it too late? I'm sorry. Is it too late? I got it now, y'all. I've been listening. Hey, we've been laughing on here tonight.
You're killing me.
I know. I'm sorry. Is it too late, people, for Tiffany to turn things around? I'm gonna start with 731 area code. Is it too late?
I don't think it's too late for her necessarily. I think it's too late in that township and in Dolton and Thornton without taking accountability for things that are done. Now, she can apologize and things like that, but I go back to when she was first voted in, for mayor, and all of these things that she promised, like politicians do, and all of those things or whatever. But it's like it's so much stuff that both of the townships are like, well, you've done so much or whatever. So I just don't know if she can come back with those two again. Not to say that she can't be mayor or trustee somewhere else, but as far as with those two, I just don't think that that's going to happen, actually. And that's just my thought.
Okay, thank you. Bill, you're next. Bill, do you think it's too late for her, Bill?
Yeah.
Do you think it's too late for Tiffany right now? Let's know.
Time is clicking real fast, but it's never too late, because if she first of all, she have to give a heartfelt apology, and in most cases, the people are not just gonna fall for that. But if she get with the right key people within Dolton and in the township, and one advantage that she's got over anybody else, she's already the supervisor and the mayor. So a promise from somebody else might not go as far as her making a promise and acting on it before the election. She can pull some stunts and connect with the right people and make the right connection and the right promise. And she could do it, because according to what I've heard about the votes, it was less than 20-some hundred people that voted, So if she halfway there already, it don't take much to get over the hump. I think she has a legitimate chance, whether anybody believes she does or not. And everybody banking on her going to jail. The feds waiting, they getting their ducks in a row and all that. If they got something, they can go on and jump down on her. The only way they don't jump down on her is if they looking for something bigger than her, because they got the small fish already. And if they want her, they got something, they got her. Because this is Illinois. I don't even really think they want nobody up over her. I don't even think they really want anybody up over her. Truthfully. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Sarge, real quick, we got a new caller. Do you think it's too late for Tiffany to turn things around? Do you think it's just she's too far gone?
No, it's not too late for her. Come on. I mean, for real, she won the first time. You look at the amount of votes that she got, and she was 100% correct when she said if they could have beat her, they would have beat her at the polls, and they did not. So one thing that, you got a lot of Illinois voters. They are loyal to what they're loyal to, and they vote like brooms, Now, a new broom may sweep good, but an old broom know where the dirt is. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good one. I like that.
See that concept?
They can't beat me.
How
if they could
vote.
beat me, they would went to the polls.
Mm-hmm.
See there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't they say my president wasn't gonna win, and he won? So don't count her out now. Don't count her. Don't count her out. Don't be that fool.
Wow.
Don't count her out. Do not count that woman out. Don't count her out, okay? All that's opinion based. Don't count her out, because no one knows what the entire voting public is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, I'm gonna let that ride.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a new caller again. Well, she recalled 216. Go ahead, caller. Do you believe that it's too late?
No, I believe never say never. Marion Barry won because he left a legacy. He got the women off of welfare. He had good child placement. Women wouldn't be able to keep their kids. He sent them to daycare in order for them to make a new life. And never say never.
Okay, never say never.
Yeah.
Ain't that one that got caught smoking rock in the hotel?
He left a legacy. Tiffany ain't gonna leave no legacy.
Now that guy, didn't that man charge is right? Hold on, didn't that man get caught? Hold on.
He was caught snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
He was caught snorting cocaine. He
wasn't snorting, he was smoking rock.
He got all the women off of welfare, most of them in Chicago. He had the daycare center for them to go to.
That was DC. What are you talking about?
I mean, well, I had a stroke. Yeah.
I had two of them myself. I understand.
Marion Barry came back and he left a legacy. Tiffany will not leave a legacy. And his daughter, I feel sorry for her daughter. She gonna get mixed up in the BS and you just can't make this stuff up. And Marion Barry was a statistic. And he got locked up third time. He came back to DC. Got most of the women out off of welfare. They were able to provide for their family. Daycare centers. He left a legacy. Tiffany ain't gonna leave no legacy. Cause she going to great hotel. You check in, you don't check out.
Mm-hmm.
Click. And she go wear gold and diamonds, and she gonna be wearing the silver plates.
And attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
I ain't attacking you. You attacking yourself. Cause you ain't gonna learn no common sense. Cause it's too late. And the Great Gate Hotel, you check in, but you don't check out. You could be snitching on somebody. The FBI, the FBI know what you're doing. You got FBI on side bribe. That can work out. Because they're investigating you. Why would you go to the FBI? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
You ain't learned no common sense yet. Girl. I just can't get with this stuff. And you can't make this stuff up about Tiffany. She ain't gonna leave no legacy. She gonna be locked up. And they lay right to her child. She gonna be coming to visit her in jail. If she don't get house arrest, oh no, wait a minute. She gonna go to jail.
Yeah. Now let me
Rico.
Let me say this. Let me just say this. I want to help y'all out a little bit. And I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll stand to be corrected. I have not heard one elected official, trustee on either side. Well, I take that back. I haven't heard one say that she was stealing. Yeah, that she stole. Because a lot of them, they real quick. Now, if you notice, Jason House, you never hear Jason accusing Tiffany of stealing. You never hear him say that. He's real smooth, real mild, calm about it. You never hear him say that. You never hear Jason say that either. He's always, you never catch him out of his character. He's a smooth brother, laid back. He may not be as dominant I would like for him to be, but he's smooth, he's laid back, and he's very careful what he say about Tiffany. Watch him. I'm watching him.
Well, you ain't never heard a trustee. They come with receipts. They voted on bills and passed the bills. They were supposed to be paid. And Deanna Bester, she's coming up with receipts after receipts. No, I don't get that. You ain't gonna make me believe that.
No, I'm just saying.
The proof is in the letter.
But listen, if that's the case, why don't they just come on out with it and say it? If you got the receipts and the proof that a person has been, I'm just saying.
They voted on the bills to be paid. A lot of them. They come back with receipts. They haven't been paid. They voted on it to be paid and passed.
Mom, that's not Mom, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Why don't you hear them say it? Come out and just say
The
it.
proof is in the letter.
You
Proof
know?
is in the letter.
Okay, because
They
now
got
who I do hear say it, hold on, who I do hear say it, people such as you and I, the onlookers. Now I hear them say anything out of their mouth. No, they ain't said it. And hold on, but hold on.
Okay.
Who would more know than the trustees? Now, all of us, even though I live here, I'm just still an onlooker. I don't live in a township. I don't live in Dolton.
Right.
So who would know more about the stealing than them? They coming
up with proof.
I know they are.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. 731. Go ahead.
I think I think they have, because I think when you have used township money, and when you have used their money, for your own gain, for your things that you have not put on the list, that the trustees don't even know anything about, and when they know something about it, then you have already bought it. These things are already bought; they're already distributed. Those types of things. Then that is stealing.
But they go proof.
And and come with that. So if you don't put it on the assessor, the clerk, and they don't know about it, and the trustees don't know about it. That's stealing.
And the clerk will get caught up in this BS too.
Well, let me just say this. Ladies,
do say that.
Ladies.
Okay. All right.
The misappropriation of funds. They have these little words that they play with. So you got to be careful as them being elected officials, what they say out of their mouth. They have to be careful with that. They have to be real cautious. Now, I understand what you're saying. A lot, they got the receipts because they're showing them. Now, there's certain things that we can say that they can't say. It could be slandered until proven. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't give me people. Listen, I'm not trying to take up for nobody. I'm just keeping it 100 real. That's all. That these is what you call politics. This is what they do. This is politics. This is politics. Instead of calling a person a liar, they say you disingenuous. So they have these words that they play with. These words. And we have to go ahead.
That's when common sense is supposed to kick in.
Of course, I agree.
Ain't nobody got common sense on Tiffany level. But they all sitting up there dying for it. Even the clerk.
Yeah.
They read off on the meeting on the 6th. Clerk was doing some illegal stuff with the bill. They didn't pass the bill, and the clerk still had it on the list. They didn't vote on it. Yeah, they didn't vote on it.
And we know that.
Oh, no.
We definitely know, without a fact of doubt, we know that she did some things without the trustee board, without their approval, and that's illegal.
Right.
We know that. That's illegal.
Right.
We know that. That's what I'm talking about.
It's on the clerk.
I wanted to say something else too, if that's okay. And when I think about the things with her administrative assistant, and they're talking about with all the trips, and those different things and stuff.
Ma'am, sing it, Mama, sing it. Slow down now. Let her talk, cause we need to hear it, cause we listening. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And when you think about those things, and Tiffany being mayor, and when you have assistants, because I was one before, and you see them doing things wrong. Now, many people may not, say anything or do anything. Carmen came good at the end or whatever, but it has to go through the mayor. And when they tell you to do those things, like, for all of these people to go out of town, or we're going here or we're going there or whatever, and they make those flights or whatever, they can't do those things unless it comes through her. So she knows so she knew about all of that. You know, so when she tries to, I guess that was always my thing with Tiffany, that she tries to blame things on everybody except her. It's like she doesn't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm. She's a narcissist.
Okay.
And Carlisle, she got her out the pancake house. Cause I seen it on the news. Thomas Carlisle said to the news reporter, "Oh, the mayor just came and left me like I would be a personal assistant." I said, "Yeah."
I joined.
We got a new caller, ladies and gents. We got a new caller. I believe it's 901. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'm looking at these ladies, man, and they, no disrespect, but they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. Now hold it, ladies. Hold it. 901. Hold on, 901. Now listen, this is what I want y'all to do. Now, because he have a different opinion of you guys, I need you guys to hear him out until he's done. And when he's done, I'll give you guys a chance to rebuttal. But let's hear him out. I don't care if he's not saying nothing that you want to hear or if he's not saying nothing right. Let the brother talk. And I'm going to ask him the same thing. 901, when they start talking, don't you interrupt them, okay? Because I'm going to allow you to get free range. I want to be fair. Is that cool? Do we got to understand it? All right, come on, 901. That's the only person talking right now, 901. Go ahead, 901. Go ahead.
Okay, as I stated, they don't know what they're talking about. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to do is answer your last question. Is it too late? No, it's not too late at all. Now I want to answer your initial question of what would I tell her to do, or what advice would I give Mayor Henier? The first thing I would tell Mayor Henier is to say less. What I mean by that, at the board meetings, don't say anything. Don't go back and forth with the trustees. When they're having discussions on agenda items, let the trustees have their discussion and you say nothing. When those same old repeat offenders is at the mic giving this same bill they've been giving for the past year or so, let them speak. And I'll even look at them in their eye and give them a smile, but I wouldn't say anything. When it comes time for the mayor announcement, say less. That's the first thing I would do. Because if she had did that 6-8 months ago, the media would have been stopped coming. They wouldn't have all this hoorah to be saying about her that they have right now if she would just say less. Sometimes you don't need to address everything. Ignore it. There's supposed to be an FBI investigation going on. Let that investigation take its course. And only worry about handling the business of the township and Dolton. The next thing I would tell her is that the people of Dolton has already made up their mind one way or the other. And you may have a few that's undecided. Focus on running your re-election. Get out there, knock on doors, and make sure that your agenda and what you have planned is known by the voters of Dolton. Screw these people on the internet. Screw what they're saying because they don't matter. The only thing that matters is you doing your job and showing up for the residents of Dolton and what they think. And they're going to show you what they think come April or whenever the election is. Let these people talk. Let them run their mouth. Let them do what they're going to do. There's nothing you can do or say, even if you come out and apologize and say that you made a mistake. You did this and that you did that. They ain't going to do nothing but take that information and further try and nail you to the cross. Because if you haven't noticed, the vast majority of society, regardless of how much they want to pretend as if they have compassion and faithful, they like to see you at your lowest because that's when they feel that they are at their best. Ignore all of that. Focus on you and the resident of Dolton. That's what I would tell the mayor.
Okay, you done. He done now. Who want to talk first? He's done.
Said all that.
All right.
People know what they doing. Tiffany is beating her I just can't. Oh, Lord have mercy. You done rattled me up. I'm gonna get off the phone because he just no common sense. Bye.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Next call. Anybody want to have a rebuttal to what Nana once said? Anybody?
Yeah, Martin, if I could.
Okay, go ahead,
If I could.
You can.
Let the lady go first.
Okay, come on, 731. Come on.
Well, I just wanted to say that I don't think either of us have all the knowledge about everything. And the fact that, when you first came on and said that, they don't know nothing. Well, you have your opinion and everybody else has their opinion. It's a talk show. But at the same time, like I said before, I don't think that she can come back from it during this time, but not to say that 2 years from now, 4 years from now, or, whatever, maybe when she gets some more understanding of things, yes, of course she can, do that. But, to just say somebody doesn't know, what they're talking about or whatever, I don't know if you live there or whatever. I don't live there. I know about what, I see, on the YouTubes and things like that. But then you said something about, just not saying anything. Well, one of the things I believe that's one of the problems as well. When there are questions and things to be answered, no, she does not answer anything. She won't even raise her head up to acknowledge people, which I think is horrendous, but, and I think we've all seen this, but when somebody's saying something that is okay with her, she's nodding, she's accepting it, the whole thing, but I think because she doesn't answer any questions, that's why people have a certain opinion of her. And when she's always talking about having receipts, nobody ever sees these receipts. The trustees have receipts, Belcher, all of them, they can come up with what it is that they're talking about, but she never has any receipts for anything. So again, I don't have a fight in this or whatever. I just think it's good to just talk it out and see what people think or whatever. But I think it was, just kind of rude for you to say, well, they don't know what they're talking about, but apparently you think that you do. So, and if you do, that's okay, but that's your opinion, just like we all have opinions.
Okay, Sarge.
Okay, well, what I heard was emotional babble. That's what I heard. Emotional babble.
Beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Go ahead, Sarge.
And I'm a black woman. So, so if that was directed to me, I want to let you know.
No. It's just plain.
So I do.
No
That,
disrespect. Okay.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I know it's your turn. I'm just playing the thing. It's not a kick. It's just a laugh, people. I'm just no disrespect to nobody. This is what we hear all the time. Okay, so don't take it personal. Please don't take it personal, people. I don't have a dog fight in it as well. So I don't. I promise you, I don't. Go ahead. I'm just riding this tidal wave. Go ahead, Sarge.
Yeah. See that. Well, now that's not her fault. She didn't know you were playing samples of Tiffany Henyard. Because sometimes the truth be on fire. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's samples. But it's always this black woman, this black woman, that black woman, blah 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 blah, all the time. And the black man this and the black man that and da all the time. Now I could see if that's a situation you're dealing with a non-black individual, but if all you're dealing with is black people, then why are you focusing on being black? You're dealing with black people. They can clearly see and understand you're black, okay? There are certain things that are culturally the same with us, all right? It doesn't matter. You can be high post or low post. There are things we meet in the middle culturally, okay? Now, in general, like I said, I heard a lot of emotional babble, people getting into their feelings. No one has a crystal ball. No one can tell the future, okay? Now, if I was to speak my thoughts on the whole deal, I think she has an excellent chance of getting it again. Just like that saying that I said on here, and I'm going to land my plane. A new broom sweeps good, but an old broom know where the dirt is.
He landed his plane. 901, you have anything to say about that?
Well, believe it or not, I agree with what he said. Not about the emotional babble part. I don't know who he was referring to, but I don't agree about that. But what the lady saying.
Oh, I was referring to the women.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. The women.
All right. So, and I don't think, and as far as the reason why you don't hear the trustees say that she stole something, is that because they don't have any proof of that. But what they do is they put out information, and then they allow for people to make their own assumptions for it. And that's what Lori Lightfoot did at their meeting when she showed those Amazon purchases. She threw it out there to make it look at if something nefarious was going on without having any actual proof of that. But she wanted to throw that out there to make it look that way, to further ruin the mayor's image, So and that's what they're doing. I'm not saying that she's not doing anything wrong, but what I'm saying what the trustees are doing and working in conjunction with these lawyers and with those folks that run the Dolton Politics Group and what Dr. Nikita Cloud is, they are using all their expertise and their experience to damage her image. Yeah, I honestly don't think they really care if she's stealing or not. I think that this fight got personal between the mayor and the trustees long ago, when all this issue first started, when the trustees were trying to check her on how she should hire and fire people. If you go back and look at those initial board meetings, because that's what I'm doing. I'm watching all of those from when she first got elected up until now. I'm watching all of them. From when I see the drama started when she was firing folks, and folks was complaining to them. And when they're not town administrators, they have nothing to do with how the town or Dolton employees run. They have nothing to do with that. If those employees have problems, you have the EEOC for that. If they feel as if they were being wrongfully terminated, you have EEOC and you have the courts. But the trustees are not your lawyer. The trustees can't legally advise you. And the trustees certainly cannot and should not be arguing on your behalf against the mayor of who she chose to fire. That's her decision. And everyone keeps talking about people in her camp. I don't know any elected official who don't want to be surrounded by people who they can trust, first and foremost, and depend on. And if you get the feeling or the inkling that you can't trust or depend on that person to do their job anymore, you have the right to say, no, I don't want you. I can't trust you and I can't depend on you. So why do I want you here working under me?
901.
Everything I do or everything
I got to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you name me at least 2 or 3 things that, since you've been following this case, that you see that Tiffany done wrong? And it don't have to be. Hold on. It don't have to be penitentiary, Senator Penitentiary, but just name me some things that you have seen on video, because we know you don't live here, that she's done wrong.
But when you say wrong, it used to me. I mean,
okay.
Maybe the only thing I could maybe see that may have put a bad taste in some people now is maybe the Nino Brown skit. If you don't have the creative mind or critical thinking to understand what it is that she was talking about, maybe that. But and honestly, more no, I can't. I honestly can't. But because even when they say how she's rude and unruly in those meetings, I see that on both sides. Not just with the people that attend the meetings, but I see it with the trustees too, especially with Belcher and Norwood, especially with them going back and forth. It's on both sides. It's not just the mayor up there arguing with herself.
No, but we're not. Hold on. Now the one. We're not talking about them. We're talking about her, single person, the mayor.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about. Not them.
Yeah, well, I answered that question. Honestly speaking, I haven't seen anything that I see that she's done wrong. So, like I said, I look at both sides.
Okay, well, let me.
Maybe
can I help you out? Can I help you out a little bit? All right.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
But have proof when you
I am. Okay, I have proof, no problem. Do you know about her the cancer organization that she said her name is not on it?
Yes.
She said her name is on it, but she turned around in a meeting and said that was her organization. And she did. I have proof of that, a video of that. Said that is my non-for-profit organization, cancer. So now I'm asking you, did you hear about Dolton Township giving that organization $10,000 in that organization? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, that's all I know. We ain't gonna exaggerate on that. Okay. That's one thing. Now, did you hear about her detail staff? One of her officers that was on her personal detail had got so many hours in 1 month. Did you hear about that? It was almost impossible. Did you hear about? I'm just saying, did you hear about that?
When you say impossible, what do you mean by impossible?
He got over 300 some hours in the,
over 300 and some hours.
Oh, in the paper. You come on. That means he only slept 7 hours out of all that time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would have to. I would have to.
No, I'm just saying. You can go back. You can go back and listen to these things. This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put in jail or make it look bad. I promise you, I'm not. But I'm just saying these some things that we don't need.
I can go back.
Yeah, we don't need the FBI to tell us. We know these things already.
I understand that I can go back in.
Okay, let me say this to you, 901. Now, when you do business, and I'm quite sure you are politically inclined, and if you have a board, you just can't make no decisions without bringing it before the board. Now, you may have the last say so, but you just can't hire nobody, which she have been accused of doing, which is proof the videos are out there, hiring a police chief without bringing them before the board, hiring another administration assistant without bringing them before the board. That's illegal. Now, I'm not saying that's jail time, but that's not right. Now, I'll go one more thing. One more thing. When she was at the Dolton Township meeting, she called one of her trustees called liar. That's not professional, brother. That's not going to send her to prison, but that's not professional as you being a supervisor. That's not professional. That behavior is not professional. Now, this is the last one. You locking down Dolton Township. You locking it down. No ins and no outs. The trustees, they don't have no type of key or none. The locks have been changed. That's not right, brother. That's not right. But that's all I had to say. We got a couple of new callers. You don't have to comment, but I just want to throw that at you. And I know you're watching this real heavy.
I definitely want to.
You want to comment? Go ahead. Go ahead. If you want to comment, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start with your unprofessionalism. I'm gonna say it again. Not to excuse it, but I've seen it on both sides.
We're not 901. Remember, we're not talking about both. We're talking about her. Don't include nobody else. We're talking about her right now. Go ahead.
But I'm explaining why I can't see it. Because I've seen it on both sides. I can't ignore that and just call her. I can't. That would be hypocritical to do.
No. We're okay. First of all, we're talking about Tiffany. This is who we talking about.
Can I say something, Martin?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go. Hold on, 901. Before you talk, let the lady say something real quick. Go ahead. Come on, ma'am.
The very things that you just said were the things that when you asked that question that I was going to bring up as well. But when you say, that the people, that the trustees or whoever the young man is talking, when you say that they're doing the same thing, those things were not done by them. It was her who locked the doors. It was her who had the care things, whatever, and had $10,000 of their money. It was her that came in with the Nino Brown suit, and you all better give me my money, and all those different things or whatever that he just said, that came from her. That came from her. So for you to say you see them do the same things, I think when you say, maybe I'm wrong, but I think when you say you see them doing the same things, I think you're talking about the fact that, they're into these conversations, with each other, her and Belcher and, and all of that they're then being disrespectful as well as Tiffany being disrespectful. But those other things that Martin just mentioned, that didn't come from the trustee. That came from Tiffany.
Okay. And okay. So it's like I said, first of all, I'm gonna address the overtime because that's the one that has the potential for me to be illegal. And overtime, I know that has to be approved. It can't just be put. Let me finish.
Let him finish, please. Let him finish.
And so that means someone has to sign off on it. So what I want to do to say that Tiffany did something wrong is I would have to see either someone come forward and say they received instructions from her to approve this overtime, and they signed off on it. Because I guarantee you, if we see those overtime slips, I guarantee you won't see Tiffany Hinger's name approving that officer's overtime because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It just doesn't. And I know that because even though we two different states, but we just had two officers here. There's been more that were caught fraudulently reporting overtime. They were indicted by the FBI. One of those officers was on the mayor detail. He was indicted. It's the same officer, I don't know if you all have heard it, that she was accused of having an affair with.
Yep.
He was indicted on overtime fraud. Not the mayor. She had nothing to do with it. That's why I say, even though this officer may have racked up a lot of overtime, I would first have to see that it first has to be proven that he did not work the overtime, and two, that it was fraudulently entered, and that he wasn't even on duty for the time that he says he was on duty for. That has to be proven. Now we could say 300 hours for how amount of time it's a lot, but if he can prove that he actually worked that time, then what was wrong? The only thing that's wrong with it is the fact that it is being done under his administration. Dolton police department has been operating under a shortage of police for some time now. It is perfectly logical for one to think that officers would get a lot of overtime because they are limited in police officers. You have to think of things holistically and stop looking for I got you, and really assess the full situation and ask critical questions, relevant questions to come up with a fair conclusion and decision. Now, I'm not saying nothing nefarious was done, but what I'm saying is what I've heard so far, it doesn't prove that anything nefarious was done.
So you telling me?
Sir, can I
go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Go
ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
And you saying that somebody else, may have done something or whatever with these 300 and some hours or whatever. And I believe that yes, Tiffany would have to know about it. But at the same instance, these 300 and some hours overtime, and you just said that they had a shortage. There was a shortage there, of policemen, and that a lot of that shortage came because you've got 7, 8, 9 policemen that that you want to have with you 24 hours a day, so that's where the shortage came in, and that may be where that overtime came in. But those policemen are supposed to be taking care of that township, and not being, she had more security with her than the president does, So that's maybe where that overtime came from.
Well, the times didn't add up also, but Martin, if you were pleading a case, if you were an attorney, you would have won the case, period, because he had absolutely nothing to even substantiate absolutely anything with any item that you mentioned. He mentioned, oh yes, overtime. Oh yeah, someone working more hours than there is in a week. No, that does not make sense. We can't make something that ridiculous make sense. Also, they were traveling with her. There was no reason for them to be traveling out of state. They were running personal errands because we have all seen that.
Right.
So in addition to that,
let her talk down to one. I'll give you a chance to rebuttal. Let her talk. Go ahead.
In addition to that, we have the $55,929 in the interest in what is alleged to be a pay-to-play. Because who would pay $55,929 in interest on a Tahoe? Then we have Lacey, who was not qualified to get overtime, who we found has received overtime. And then we won't even mention the 1 million plus skating rinks or the pavement guide where the checks were created, they were signed off on, and the people don't have their money. And then we have the director of finance who suddenly quit when the FBI came in on April 19th, 2024. And when the FBI came in with those subpoenas, she suddenly doesn't work there anymore. But she also said, and I know you heard this, Martin, that they paid that big bill, the $50,000 plus, they paid it in cash. And so that came to play. Then we also have an accounting firm that will not certify the figures that they're saying because nothing, the receipts, nothing is substantiating that. And you said that this issue just came up. No, this came up from the beginning. It started with the inauguration. Martin, I know since I said that, you'll remember, it started from the beginning. It started not based on hiring, it started based on overspending. And also the attorney that was the attorney at the time, she even wrote a letter stating that Tiffany was not someone that took advice. So when you have an attorney that is exiting, stating that you are not a person that takes legal advice and that they are exiting as well, then you see that there are issues as well. And then we also have administrative assistant that was classified as a makeup artist. And they're the clothing person, but they're classified and being paid as, so that the taxpayers are funding the bill as a makeup artist. They're classified as administrative assistant. And you have the news, Regina Wardrop, that called the gentleman, and he specifically stated he was the makeup artist, not an administrative assistant. And that's all I have so far.
Okay, not a one.
And what you had so far, and what you ended with was a bunch of BS. And I said, and Martin,
I'm listening.
If we were in a court, and you had your argument turned out, and I had mine, I can guarantee you, a judge and a jury will want to see some kind of proof that the mayor actually had something to do with that overtime. They will want to see
her
proof.
signature was on the paperwork for the $55,000, sir.
They will want. Who are you,
sir? Who are you?
Who are you? Because you I asked you that because you act like you are somebody that's in the know, like you are right up in there and you can view these documents.
Sir, you started the conversation.
Let me finish. I finished.
We saw you didn't. Because Martin educated. Martin educated.
Martin, I'm trying to be respectful. I listen to this woman.
Okay.
Is she gonna listen to me or is she gonna run her mouth?
Okay. Let him talk. Let him talk. Okay, let him talk. Let him talk. 2067. Let him talk. Go ahead.
Because you need proof. Everything that you listed off were not for allegations. That's what it was. Some of them may be illegal, and some of them were just things that maybe you don't like and maybe other people don't like, but doesn't make it illegal. And what I'm saying is
901. 901. I just want to stop you right there. What you just said, some of those things which one that you know is right? What she just said. Some of those allegations that you say.
I don't, Martin. You ask me what ones that I know that's what again? That's right?
Correct. That's what she mentioned. What she mentioned.
I said there are allegations and it could be illegal. I don't know anything because I don't see anything. I don't have. See, I'll view myself as a member of a jury. You know, we in the public with our opinions. We are also, I guess, we are the jury for right now. And as a member of the jury, what I need to say before I say she's guilty, she did this, yeah, she did that. I need to see the accuser bring forth their proof, their documentation, and their witnesses to offer their terms of why it was illegal and how she went by doing it. I have yet to see that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's innocent. I'm not saying she's guilty. I'm saying so far, I haven't seen proof. I've heard allegations. I've heard stories about unprofessionalism. That's what I've heard. I haven't seen any proof. I haven't seen anything for me to say, yes.
Well, what is it that you need to see? I named a couple of things off at you, and they don't mean necessarily it's penitentiary. But I named a couple of things to you.
I told you with regard to the one thing that you mentioned that to be illegal about the overtime. I told you like what we need to see. I need to see the documentation. I need to know who approved or not approved the overtime. I need to see documentation that shows that that officer said that he was at work between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., but he was actually at home, or he was actually out in the club, but he was actually out racing the car during those same time that he said he was at work. I have to see that something like that, something that actually shows that he fortunately entered that overtime. That's what I need to see. I need to see that.
Okay, well, what about hold on. If you've been following this case 901, I'm quite sure they put the check up the amount of money that he got for all that overtime. Did you see that?
They did.
Did you see that 901?
I didn't see it.
Okay. 901, this is what you need to do. Let me just tell you what you need to do. Hold it. I'm gonna let you talk. I promise you, I'm gonna let you talk. Before you get on here, you need to not speak on certain things if you don't know, if you have not done the research. What I'm saying, what I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not right on some things. Go ahead.
That's what I'm telling you, Martin. I said I didn't think I've seen anything.
Oh, okay.
So far, I haven't seen anything. But the check, even when you say the check, and I'm assuming you say Tiffany's name is on the check. Now I want to know, is that the only check her name is on, or is the mayor's name on every check that's issued?
Yeah, well, we do know.
That will be my follow-up question.
Okay, let me know. Let me know when you're done talking, because I'm gonna let
did you know that?
I'm gonna let 2087 come. 2067. Go ahead, 2067.
Go ahead, answer that for me.
Go ahead.
Do you know if the mayor's name is on any other?
No. Go ahead, 2067. Go ahead. Answer it.
And also remember, Martin, the reason with the overtime was one, remember there was a previous officer that was over the police, and his issue was that there were crimes going on in the village. It wasn't that they were understaffed. They were understaffed because his specific words were because of her detail. And that's why they were understaffed. And remember, the thing that came up was that the number of hours, like let's say if you and I say we work this amount of hours, it was more hours than it was in the week. So this guy would not have had the ability to sleep. And that's why it didn't add up. But, of course, if you're possibly giving someone something to build loyalty, then you may give them a little something extra. And Martin, you mentioned the cancer charity, but also remember there was the travel there was the bikes, there was the drones, there was the photographer, there was the T-shirts. And the T-shirts, she charged both the village as well as the township. There was the Vegas trip. And remember with the Vegas trip, there's no business that comes out of these townships. So there was a issue with respect to that. And then look at the people that went. And then also, Martin, you said that no one has talked about it. Actually, do you remember when the bill came up regarding the mental health, and they encouraged, the 15 mayors encouraged, 13, maybe 14 mayors encouraged their township people to vote no on that bill. And she lost that bill. And remember, she was very upset about that. And their exact words were, "We don't trust her with the money." So they were very specific and they were very straightforward. And the mayors that were picked, that were talking, was the mayor of Homewood. He has zero debt in his village, so he's pretty well versed. The mayor of Markham, and there was a third mayor. I don't recall which mayor that was from, but they all encouraged, along with a lot of other mayors. And that letter is in a PDF where you can find where they voted no. And they specifically said and wrote a letter. Oh, senators signed that as well as state representatives. And they voted no because they said they didn't trust her with the money. And remember, she used Clerk Key's stamp. It's supposed to be a dual signature. She used her stamp, 500,000 plus check. Mm-hmm. I'll just let it marinate there before I come back.
Mm-hmm. Right, Martin. I'm not saying what she's talking about, but you're telling me to do my research, and I can do that. But I will also suggest to you that you have a platform. Mm-hmm. You have a platform where almost every night you have a topic on there here, and you're telling me to research these things. Why don't you use your platform to inform me of the thing that you want me to research? Sir. If you, I'm not talking to you. You want to be relevant so bad. I'm not talking to you. Okay. Now, Martin, you can use your platform to that check you said. You can use your platform, whether she signs for the officer. You can use your platform to get that check for me, since you are in Illinois, and you can share it with your viewing audience. And
the
people
viewing
like
audience
me.
knows.
I'm not talking to you. Why don't you shut up?
All right. Let's hear him talk. Hear him out. 901.
You need to learn correct English.
Yeah, don't tell nobody shut up. We all grown on here.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Start with the word Illinois. Learn correct English first.
Yeah. Okay.
I may not pronounce all my words correctly, and I may stutter sometimes when I talk. But one thing I do have is common sense. I know how to think critically.
Sir, we have all your common sense. Martin gave you facts.
Ma'am. Facts. Martin gave me talking points. He didn't give me facts. Facts.
He gave you facts.
Shut up. You sound
still trying to find the bathrooms in your home, sir. You're still trying to find out where the bathrooms are in your home. No, we heard ignorant.
Okay.
We heard ignorant.
Okay. Now, hold it, ladies and gents. Let's go to the next caller. We got a new caller, y'all. I have a new caller.
Good.
I have a new caller.
That's wonderful.
I have a new caller. 901. Y'all, I have a new caller. Hold it, y'all. Hold it. Everybody, I need y'all to be quiet. I didn't say shut up. I just said be quiet. We got a new caller. 313. Come on, caller. Talk.
901 does not know anything he's talking about. All you have to do is watch the Dolton Township
video. And like Tiffany say, educate yourself, because you don't know what you're talking about. And those ladies that's talking.
That's what proven, sir.
Now the one. Let him talk, and I'll give you a chance to rebuttal.
What are you talking about?
Now the one, I'll give you a chance to rebuttal. Okay, can you listen? Can you hold your thought, and I'll give you a chance. I promise you to rebuttal anything that anybody say concerning you. Okay, I'm fair. I'll do that. Go 313. Go ahead.
901 does not know what he is talking about. And anyone that argues with someone or debates with someone that does not know what the guy is talking about, you got to rethink yourself. You got to rethink it and just let him make a fool of himself. All you have to do is watch the Dolton videos. Tiana Belcher had the paper, and she showed Tiffany no one is supposed to make over 40 hours. She had the paperwork in her hand in the video. And then you got a guy, which is the guy that's now, he's the sergeant. He's in the video, and they show who the guy was. They had a girl named Alexis. Tiffany got on the phone and defamed the character of the little girl that was murdered by the police officers. And she got on the video and said that to the public. And they got enraged, and somehow there was threats made from what Tiffany said about the character of the little 100-pound girl. Because one cop sucker punched her in the face. Another cop, after he removed the little girl, which is why I would say was might have her little boyfriend, removed him from the car and they told the girl to step out. And the girl told him, I don't have any clothes, I'm inappropriate. She was a little smart, young girl, less than 100 pounds. The police officer sucker punched her in the face that was standing outside the car next to the drive-through window. The other cop got in the car and put 5 bullets in the little girl, 2 in the head and 3 down the side, within 52 seconds of the police officers arriving on the scene. The girl pulled off, and then that's when she was shot 5 times, 2 in the head, 3 down the side of her body. And the girl crashed her car. And the police officer lied and said the girl drugged him and he was injured. The man was in the car. He was called the killer cop. He was not supposed to be on Dolton police payroll. He's supposed to be somewhere else. The little girl got killed. Her name was Alexis. That's when you hear them, they talk about the lady that was raped. Well, we're not supposed to say rape, but the lady that was raped, or whatever you want to say, that's where Mr. Collins, the police chief, said, yes, we need patrol. But there is proof. So that 901, I don't know, I think his highlight of his life is to call in your show and feel important.
Okay, you done, sir?
Hello, Martin. Yes,
yep.
Martin.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to say one thing. One thing to 901 also. I wasn't arguing with you. That wasn't me. I don't argue with people. But I do want to say this, that when you said something about, how Tiffany doesn't, sign off on things and that nature, whatever, I'm with them when they say, look at the videos. Belcher has had so many receipts.
Yes.
That things have been done. Again, like I said, through Tiffany, even when you look at all of those cars that were bought, that were paid, what, $180,000 or whatever, or all these Tahoes and all those things, Belcher made a point of showing her, because she was sitting up there saying, well, I don't know anything about that. And Belcher told her, she said, well, I'm glad you said that. Let me show you this. And no one's name was on that to rent those cars but Tiffany's. So that's why I'm saying, to 901, I'm not in here to argue or anything like that. I'm just saying, as the other people are saying on here, if you look at some of the videos, you will know that those trustees have receipts. Tiffany never wants to show any.
100% correct.
I've seen some of those videos. I've seen many Dolton meetings where Belcher is flashing papers and flashing emails. But what I'm saying is, I haven't had a chance to actually look at those documents myself and see them and view them and understand exactly what it is.
And I'm thinking that they will probably be of yes. If you did a FOIA and you would get it, because it would be it's public. It's public, so you would be able to get that.
I sent the FOIA for all of that. I sent the FOIA for those things. I sent the FOIA for Mayor Tiffany Heen's email and both the township and the village. I sent a FOIA for all the trustees in both the township and the village emails. I didn't get it back.
Correct.
I didn't get anything. They denied it. And I didn't appeal it. And if I would have been in Illinois or Chicago or Dolton, I would have fought harder to get it, because I know I have the right to get it. But because I'm not there, I'm not going to waste my time going back long distance. I'm not going to spend money to go on a flight to fight it. I know I could have appealed it, but I refuse to do that. And I figured since I didn't get anything, people have some things to hide. Because I didn't get anything for Henry, and I didn't get anything for any of the trustees. I didn't get that. So I have been trying, but there's only so much I can do from where I'm at. But what I'm saying is, if you want me to say that she's guilty, or you want me to join in with the chance that she should be in jail, you need to. More you can do it. You are close there. You can get a copy of these documents and show it, because right now all I see is allegations, because I haven't seen anything in black and white. That's all I'm saying.
So why are you arguing about it? Why are you debating about it?
I'm not arguing about it.
You haven't seen it. Why are you debating about it?
People are debating me. All I'm saying, if you listen to what I'm saying this whole time,
hey, listen to what you said.
Is I haven't seen proof, and until you show me proof, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. That's basically what I have been saying. I have been defending why I said it, and I can't defend it no better than that.
Oh, okay. Martin.
Yes.
He's trying to take the easy way out by not knowing nothing. If you showed it to him, hey Martin, if you showed it to him, you know what he would say? Well, prove to me that's an official document.
No, what I would do? I would tell you what I would do. I would be sad. I would be disappointed, and I would feel for her, but I would understand. I would understand that she has to pay for her wrongdoings. All I'm saying is, until I see proof, or until she's been tried and convicted by a jury, I'm not going to run around and say that she's guilty. I can't.
Well, let me just 901. 901. We got. Hold it. Hold it. Let me just say this 901. Let me just say this. Please, just hold up, people. Let me just hold up. Now, the trustees. I'm talking about Dolton trustees. they have, I'm not going to say 100%, but I will just say, I will go say higher than 80%, have been 80% transparent. They've been showing receipts. They've been trying to work with the mayor. They've been trying. Now, there's some little personality conflicts going on, but at the end of the day, they don't have to like each other, but they have to get the business done in the village. That's all that people are asking. Just be transparent. What is being spent and why it's being spent. You're the mayor. You are definitely the mayor. But mayor, this is not a dictatorship. You have to respond to your board. This is what I want to do. This is what I spent this on. I need you guys to approve. Hold on. Hold it. What I'm saying is you can't work solo in that position. What I'm saying. You can't keep stringing the people along and say that you're going to bring up receipts and you don't do that. That's going to make people suspicious of you. You can't keep locking down the village hall and now allow nobody to have no keys but you. You can't keep not answering these FOIAs. It's suspicion. That's suspicion. Now, that's not guilt because we're not in the court of law. She has not been arrested. She have not been. But these things we know already. We know that's not right. Now, some of these things are not prison bound. They won't send her to prison. Some of these things that we've mentioned today will not send her to prison. Now, some of the things that we've mentioned that she's done will send her to prison. It depends on if she get arrested and how they do the case. So this just like you said, I agree with you on this. Now, this is only a court of public opinion right now. So we can't throw Tiffany in jail right now. We know some things that she done was very, very illegal. We know that.
But that's a broad picture.
Yeah.
That's a broad picture. We talking about a little small piece of a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Freeman had a company that was selling or allowing villages with bad credit to get their equipment. That's how that Tahoe went from 80-some thousand to 155.
Right.
He had that company. Keith Freeman had that company. So when she showed them, that was fact on paper. That you could not deny it.
Could do that. That's true. You could not deny it. It was on paper. It was on paper.
Yeah, that wasn't shown on paper that it was Keith Freeman.
No, that was on paper. No, I'm saying.
That's what Deanna Belcher said.
Yeah, go ahead.
She showed that Freeman had those companies.
No, what they showed was that her signature.
Her signature was on it.
Correct.
Her signature. Nothing to do with Keith Freeman. Her signature was on the agreement. Now, he may have some, because that's what they're thinking. That's what the purpose of the FBI is. If you read,
that's what she showed. Yes, she showed that.
With respect to those documents, Tiana didn't show those documents. I'm talking about the actual documents that came out on April 19th, where it lists the specific items that they're asking. They're asking about not only that, they're asking about hiring processes. They're asking about when her sister-in-law was employed there. They're asking about her boyfriend, her partner. They're asking about him. They're asking about how money. They're asking in terms of how that was spent, how that process works. They're asking about the salaries. The FBI has all of that information. They're asking about Keith, but they're also asking about other companies, a printing company, as well as other companies that don't necessarily just have to do with Keith, because they're thinking a pay to play. Because the company that I mentioned with the $500,000 plus missing check, that company just had a big case. You remember, Martin, there was an indictment with respect to that case that was found because those guys were kind of paying the play all throughout Cook County.
And I want to say now the one we got a new
Who
call.
got indicted?
Hold it, people. I got a new call. I want to say this, and this is no disrespect to Tiffany. I know 5 people personally who spoke to the FBI about Tiffany. They asked 5. Now that's personally. That's what I know. And 1 out of the 5, maybe 2, guarantee me that she will be arrested. Now, that's
I believe so.
I'm just saying it. And I'm not, listen, I don't have, listen. Let me just say this. Listen, Tiffany is a sister. I love her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with her. And I don't publicly bash her. But when we talking facts like this, I'm good with it. But when we get to talking about a lace wig, who she going to bed with, who she been with, I'm not on that. I'm not on that. I'm not on that. Now this is cool.
Real quick.
I don't have no problem with this. I'm cool with this. Go ahead. I got a new caller.
Real quick.
Okay.
Those 5 people, and 1 guarantee you that there
2
will be arrested.
2. 2.
I want 2. But the only thing I would guarantee, the only way they would know that is if the FBI themselves said that. And I can guarantee you this. When the FBI went to go see those 2 people that claimed that, they had questions. There wasn't answering questions about their investigations and how they thought it was going to end.
Well,
So,
I'll be giving away. If I say something, I'll be giving away one y'all would know. Trust me.
Don't do it.
I ain't gonna do it. But listen, trust me. Trust me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do
I
it.
can tell you this much. I've been watching this for a couple of years.
It will be totally different. I show that will be a surprise to me that in the middle of an investigation where they haven't reached a final outcome, that the FBI would say, yes, she will be arrested.
Now I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I was told. I haven't talked to them. They have no reason to talk to me. I have not. I'm not doing business with Tiffany. My telephone number is not in her call log. I'm not trying to work in Dolton. I have no reason for the FBI to work with me because I'm not into that. You know, so we have not done no business on a pay to play or something like that. But I'm just saying that let's get to this new caller, people, because I want to get to this new caller.
Anyway, hey, check out the lady named Cafe of Knowledge. She breaks down facts
Sir,
and show you what is
I
actually
know.
going on.
Let me get to this new caller, then we can go back to 8,500.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, thank you. Come on, caller. 8,500. Come on. Thank you for holding, caller.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nah, no problem.
Good.
I guess I got 3 things. The first thing is crazy. There's so many people that, once again, they want to put this lady in jail, and she hasn't been convicted of anything. I don't think she's even been charged of anything. She's been indicted. Has she been indicted? She's been indicted?
No, not yet. No.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
Okay. So she hasn't been indicted yet, right? So people do investigations all the time. And it's crazy how people are trying to put this lady under the jail and she hasn't even been charged with anything, where some of us had our sexual, offenders in our homes, our brothers, our sisters that have been molested, our family members. You don't turn them in at all. They just stay hidden in the family. Don't nobody speak about them. Don't nobody turn them in. And I don't think nobody's going to outpour about sending them to jail. So I think it's really crazy how, I get it. We may not like her or may not like what she does and the things like that. Can that other person mute their phone, Martin?
Yeah, somebody got to mute their phone, whoever it is. Everybody mute their phone. Mute their phone. Who? Let me try to see who that is. I don't know who that is. Go ahead. 8,500.
Yeah. So I think that's for me, that's kind of crazy. And I want everyone to have their strive or whatever they got going on in life. And I get it. The public opinion is huge. People are found guilty through public opinion. And that's a really tough thing to do, especially with her being in the public light. But I want to say this. I heard somebody mention something about the shooting and at the Babas and things like that. And I was just listening. And what I do know is what I saw on video, right? What I do know is what I saw on video and what I know to be facts. And what I bring to people's attention is that The police wasn't called there for no particular reason. They wasn't bored. They wasn't just doing random, checks and things like that. People call 911 because they said someone was knocking on the glass with a firearm. Okay? And when the police pulled up, they did a felony stop. Okay? That means their guns is out, their lights is on, and basically they want people to step out the vehicle. When I saw this, and I watched it, I saw they asked the young man to step out the car. I promise you, unless somebody else saw something different, I saw a man, don't say nothing back, don't talk back. He opened the door and stepped out the car like he was supposed to do. But what I saw this young lady do is be very combative, very argumentative, very evasive on things that the police were just simply asking her to do. And that's, hey, turn the car off, step out the car. She says she ain't got no clothes on. Okay, Houston, we got a problem. Why you out at 2 a.m. or whatever time it is with no clothes on? Now, that don't mean you're supposed to get shot and killed. Absolutely not. But let's remind you why the police is there to begin with. Someone in that place seen a gun. And when you watch the video, you see somebody with a gun who's in the driver's seat knocking on the glass.
No, you're wrong on that, String.
No?
You're wrong on that. She did not. She did not have a gun. I seen the video. I'm just sitting and listening to you. I was there. I wasn't there when it happened, but I seen the video firsthand. She did not have a gun. It was an object that she hit. It was a metal object hit on the glass. It was not a gun. Knocked on the window. That was not a gun. Okay.
All right, Mark.
I'm just telling you. I'm just being real. That was
information that was conveyed.
Hold on.
I would assume that's not the information that was conveyed.
901. This me and 8500. Okay. Now, what I'm just saying is, first of all, let me just say this. I'll say this. It shouldn't have been a death sentence, period. People, listen.
I agree.
It shouldn't have been a death sentence. But that wasn't an argument. We're not going to argue about whether he should have shot or shouldn't. I just say he shouldn't have shot. But the argument was what Tiffany said behind that. The statement that she made. That's what the argument was about. That's what the whole thing. The statement, and I might not be saying it word. Somebody help me out. I might not be saying it word for word. Tiffany made a statement on public TV about her officer killing that young lady, Alexis Wilson, that he probably done a favor for the community by hurting another criminal. I'm not saying it correctly, though, so don't get me wrong. But it was some on those lines that she said.
You hit it. You hit it.
Now, let me say this.
That's what
the protesters called Martin Johnson to go to Tiffany house. I went there. I went live. And from that point on, that's how Tiffany started her police detail. This is the truth. So that's why the protesters went to her house, because of that statement. That's why they went there. That's why she made that statement. That's what I'm just saying. Now,
okay.
Hold it. She made that statement.
When did that happen?
No, 901. You calm down real quick. It's been a while. It's when she first got in. Okay, but I'm just saying. Right now, I never knew. Somebody just sent me a letter saying that Tiffany did apologize in the form of a letter. Now, to me, to my knowledge, I've never heard her make a public apology to the family. Now, I could be wrong, but somebody's emailed me a letter.
She doesn't even look at her. Even when she comes to meetings, she won't look at her. She disrespects her.
Right. So those are the things. That's why she needed detail from the police officer, because of the protesters. That's why she needed that detail, which she rightfully so needed. So now I didn't hear from nobody. Go ahead.
Do we know, when you say what you saw was a metal object, do we know? And again, I know
it was a gun.
Because I want my facts to be straight too.
It wasn't a
When you
gun.
say
It was a long, skinny metal object.
Trust me, brother.
We know.
We know.
And again,
We know.
I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Do we know in a police report? This is all I'm asking. I don't know, so I'm asking. I honestly don't know. Do we know in the police report that a metal object was found in that vehicle at all?
We know according to the lawyer's report. See, you got to remember, you worked in law enforcement. When the police, they're the first one on the scene, and they begin their narrative as of what happened until they're being investigated, until everything is looked over, until the tapes have been there, until they look at the proof what's in the car and all that. The police can say, hey, they can say, give you an example. We found out that back in the day in the 60s, that the police officers shot first when they went into for the Black Panthers. But the police wrote down in their narrative that the Black Panthers shot first. See, they're going to make that narrative. That's why you have a defense lawyer, you come in, you have an investigator, you come in and do your investigation. Now, because a police say something and write something down, that does not make it always correct. Well, I'll give you an example. Let's use a little logic. If the police was so correct when they write things down and they so righteous when they do things, why would they need a body camera? The body camera is there for a reason, because their word cannot be trusted in certain situations. That's why the body camera is there. That's why the dash camera is there. We wouldn't need these things. We wouldn't need a Fair Housing Act if we was treated fairly to buy a house. We wouldn't need a Civil Rights Act, if we was treated fair. So that's why we have these things in place for things like this that happen. Cameras, paperwork, witnesses. We have to have these things.
They never gave her full tape either. Remember, she's tried to get the full tape. The police will not release that full tape, and they FOIA that full tape, and there are pieces that they've cut out of that. Not to mention that, but also her being hit in the face and her glasses. We also seeing that and her glasses getting knocked off her face prior to the other.
Did the investigation, correct?
Then the gun, remember the weapon was not found for 2+ days. Remember that? And no one talks about the boyfriend that's still in jail to this day because of the result of all of that narrative they created.
Okay.
Well,
I have
this is Sarge here. If I could have a moment.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarge. No. Now the one. Let Sarge talk. Hold on. I'll let you go next. Go ahead.
Now, according to what I read, the father said she was scared and she drove off. When she drove off, that's when the police shot. She was going to hit another police vehicle, something along those lines, which they have video on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fleeing. So that's what the video shows. That it wasn't one of them situations like, can I finish? Good Lord.
Sarge, would you please, man? Somebody was calling in. Please, bro. Please. It's not your show. Please. Please. When people call you, hear a voice. Go ahead.
Mark.
Let Sarge talk.
You hear me or the other person?
Let Sarge talk. Hold on. Somebody speaking 5136. Hold it. Go ahead, Sarge.
Okay. Now, it's different than, remember the LaTanya Haggerty case?
Okay.
It's different from that case. Completely different. I'm going to stop right there because somebody just cannot stifle themselves, as Archie Bunker used to either.
Okay.
Edith or whatever her name was.
Okay. Let's go. 937. 937. Come on, 937. 937. Area code 937. Oh, well, carry on. All right, 5136. Come on.
Let me say this, if you don't mind.
Quick question.
Can I say this and then I'm
Quick
gone
question.
real quick?
Okay, hold on. Let
Quick
85.
question. I got a question.
Hold it. 8500. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mentor kids, right? I talk to kids, I mentor
Okay.
young adults, adolescents, and things like that. And one of the things that I like to tell these young kids to do, and I never want to, and I may seem like I tell from a different storytelling or I'm getting, whatever, but I want people to understand this, and anybody that got young kids and nephews and things like that, I urge you guys, I really do, to, when your young adults get on these police stops, please tell them to comply. And the time to defend themselves is in the court. It's not on the street. And if the police tell you to step out of your vehicle, they're giving you a lawful order. They're giving you a lawful order. You have to get out of your vehicle. Don't argue with them. And it's for anybody with young adults that gets in cars with their friends and things like that, because we don't want to see this happening to nobody else's family, right? We don't want this to happen to any of our families. So please, and a lot of times these kids, they watch the parents act a certain way on traffic stops, and they kind of do similar things, but understand that when the police pull you over and they tell you to step out the vehicle, they're telling you to step out the vehicle and they're giving you a lawful order. You can't beat that in court. Step out the vehicle, let them do their investigation and whatever they're going to do, but you don't have to give them consent to search your vehicle. You don't have to give them consent to search your vehicle. But to alleviate some of this pressure, this pain that people go through with their loved ones getting beat up, shot, stabbed, or whatever on traffic stops, just tell your young daughter, tell your young son to please just comply to what the police officer is telling you, and we'll fight it in court. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. Now, let me just say that I want to add a little bit on to what he said. Hold it. I'm going to add a little bit on to, he missed one word, black. White people don't have to tell their children to do that because they're not going to do them like the way they do us, period. Black children have to be told that this is what he said, and he's 100% correct. You're not going to win fighting the police in the street. It's not. It might end in a life-threatening situation. You might be a fatality. So what he said was definitely correct. Now, does that mean that the officers don't lie? No. Does that mean that the officers don't pick what black people stereotype or profile? No, that doesn't mean that all the time, but they do it. We know they do it. And all they looking for one false move so they could justify it. Just like you got a young person out here that's ready to test out their new gun, you got these officers out here that's ready to shoot and kill a black person for any flinch. And I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Amen.
You have them out there. They waiting on any little thing. Listen.
Amen.
If you jump in,
I just got one thing to say when you get through.
Okay, I'll let you talk. Okay, but go ahead and say it now. Well, go ahead and say it now. Go ahead, so you can get off the live. Go ahead.
I got a host of nieces and nephews, and I'm from Harper, 1979 to 1983, from Inglewood, from all around 63rd and all that. And I keep telling them over and over all these years, it ain't the gun I want you to be scared of. It ain't the badge I want you to be scared of. It's what you just said, Martin. It's that ink pen. That ink pen is your worst enemy. Shut your mouth because that ink pen is what's going to sink you. A lot of them is in trouble, and a lot of them life is destroyed because of that ink pen. They are, once they write down, that's what you got to fight. And I've been teaching that for 30 years, man. And I'm out.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
That's so true, Mark. What you said,
I have one
that
question.
was so true. That was profound, what you said about it being the narrative that's created. Because remember, we could see that her hands were on the steering wheel even when that officer hit her in the face. And also, the other part that has not been mentioned was they created a narrative, like you mentioned, based on the paper. Because remember, her boyfriend got out, he complied, and the other officer snuck in the car. She did not expect someone to be sitting there when she turned around and looked. That would scare any of us, seeing someone, sitting there with a gun out, because he would have had to have the gun out to have been in that position. And they said that someone was hit but there was no one to be hit because you've seen the footage as well. So there was no one hit.
And I want to say this too. Let me just tell you something. That officer had no reason swinging on that young lady. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you swing on me and I'm in a car sitting in the driver's seat, I'm gonna probably take off too because of my reaction. I'm gonna take off. So that other officer, he came in through the sliding door, the back sliding door. So he used excuse as, well, she took off while I was in the car, that's why I shot. That's the excuse that he used.
Marie.
First of all, you broke protocol. You didn't have no business thrusting yourself inside of a car, period. You don't do that. You broke protocol there. See, we're dealing with a lot of road cops, and they're dealing with a lot of, ignorant people that look like me, that don't know the law. And I'm going to tell you out there, people, you can have a gun and get stopped on a traffic stop and not get killed and shot. Well, what do you mean, Martin? That depends on where the gun could be under the seat. The gun could be in the glove department. It could be in the console. As long as the gun is not displayed or there's an open threat to the officer, he has no or she has no business shooting you or you flinching. It's like you're going for it. None at all. None at all. So I'm just telling you. So black people have this stereotype in their mind that he shouldn't have had a gun no way. He ain't got no business with no gun no way. They got him. They got him. We pay taxes. So let me just say that. Let me just say this, people. I have fought so many police cases killing innocent black men. Now, what I mean innocent to the point where they weren't doing nothing, deserved a death sentence. Now, they may have a criminal background. There's a difference. But at this time, they was doing what they're supposed to do. Now, you have these police officers. Once you get smart with them or cuss them out, now they're really going to fish and try to find something wrong. And that's your First Amendment right. You have freedom of speech. You can talk. Now, you can't tell the police, I'm going to kill you. Now, but you can talk. Period. You can't do that. Now, the police are held to a higher standard than a regular citizen. You got to remember that, people. Now, if a young man is running away from the police and the police shoot him in his back, that's wrong. You cannot justify, and they have justified shooting a man that's run away in his back. That's wrong. You cannot do that. That's when a person's back is turned, that means they are retreating. Now, if they're running and they turn around and spin around, I understand. But when they're running to avoid the officer, and the officer mad because he can't catch him, run him down, so he decided to pull his gun out and shoot him in the back. Well, the officer said, well, he's a gang member and he had a gun. But was the gun pointed at you, officer? Was it when he was running, did he have the gun out? Was it in his pocket? Was it tucked in his thing? Was it visible? So these are the things that you have to see, people. A lot of people don't know. Our black people, for many years, a lot of our parents always used to say, well, why are the police picking on you? They've always been on the police side until these cameras came out and showed the real deal that we've been telling our parents all the time. We wasn't doing that. We were just walking across the street and they just decided to pull us over and start searching us. We was driving. The music wasn't loud. We didn't have a head turn. We was going up Cottage Grove. They just pulled us over and said that we had a broken tail light or a light out. And we know that wasn't true. See, they have these tricks, people. And when you call them on these tricks, they get mad. And that's why you have a lot of police officers, them old ones, they're quitting and they're retiring because they can't get away with all that stuff that they used to do back in the day. You got the dash cam, you got the body cam. And I'm going to tell you, It's so sophisticated.
You got that right.
They can put a computer in your car or plug up something in the police car. They can tell you wherever he went, how fast he went, and all that. They have all that. They have all that. It's in the data. Trust me. They have all that. So people, if the police was so righteous, they wouldn't need a body camera. They wouldn't need a dash camera. They have known to be liars. Illinois, Cook County, is the #1 false confession state in the country. It has a history of making
Could
people.
you repeat that, please, Martin?
Illinois, Cook County is the #1 false confession state in the country. Facts. Google it if you know how to read.
Wow.
And that's real talk.
Wow, that's
I'm the crime chaser, people. And they can't stand me when I'm talking like this. Trust me. It's real talk, people. This thing is real. We would need these bills. We would need these cameras if they do their job with integrity.
Right.
We wouldn't need it. Do you know there are some officers and they got their names down, and when they come to the courthouse, their word is no good. They automatic gonna throw the case out when they see their name on the police report. Did you know that, people? I'm talking about here in Illinois.
No,
they have a list of police officers that's known to be lying on the oath and lying on people. And if they see their name on the report, they're going to throw the case out because they have a history of lying, a proven history of lying and making up false police reports. They're not going to tell you that. And back in the day, last year, I used to say we have 2 police departments, but we have graduated. We have 3 police departments now here in Chicago. We have a white police department, we have a black police department, and we have a Latino police department. And nobody wants to work with each other. Everybody want to work with their own kind. So, oh, Martin, you shouldn't be saying that, but I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. We've seen it. We've seen when a Latino officer got killed and they didn't want the mayor to be there. We see the hatred. You want the benefits of the city, but you don't want the boss of the city coming showing his respects. But that's another story, another live. But we got another caller real quick. I need to get to this little caller real quick. Thank you for holding. 763 area code. Come on, caller. Thank you for holding. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. I am wonderful. I've been enjoying myself tonight, speaking truth to power. I've been laughing. It was funny. It was funny tonight. We had a little comical going on.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
The one thing is Phil Costello, Minnesota. Remember, he did everything right.
Yeah.
And they killed him.
They killed him. That's
he
correct.
Was armed
right.
He did everything
right.
And they killed him.
Yes, they did.
They killed him.
Yes,
I'm from Minnesota.
Yes, I lived there.
I'm watching, and I'm like, he did everything right. And they killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And with Alexis, her foot was on the gas. Mm-hmm. When the guy hit her, she lost control of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. She didn't just take off.
Right. Thank you.
She was hit in the face.
That's right.
Lost control.
That's right.
They can do everything right, and you can get killed.
That's right.
It's not right. The baby was scared. They could have got in the car and took the keys. The man was in the car. He could have took the keys and turned the car off to prevent her from driving off.
And let me say this to help you out too. Let me help you out too. That same officer that shot and killed Alexis Wilson had killed 2 more other people prior to that, before that.
Yes, exactly.
And even after the Alexis Wilson, he killed another person. He's working somewhere in some other municipality.
He's in Indiana now.
Yeah.
He went to Orland or Tinley, and now he's in Indiana, in Munster.
Yes. He's a serial police killer.
That's the truth.
Whoa. It's sad. It's sad, but you can do everything right. and you will die. You got conceal and carry, and you're supposed to tell the cops. And well, you can have a pot of hot water and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and they'll kill you in your own house. And you call for help, and you can get killed. You can get killed in your own house for having some hot water, and you call for help. And you tell them, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and you a threat, and they'll kill you in your own house.
He didn't have his camera on as well, so he didn't even have his camera on. Had his partner not had his camera on, we would never have known the facts of that. But also look at what happened with the guy that does Pirate Terminator. I follow him. Mm-hmm. He does audits all over. So look what happened to him and Robin, where the police actually beat him. They just got the wrong person. They didn't know he was someone that goes over and does hundreds of these audits all over. And so there's a case going on with that right now based on what they did. So they could create a narrative,
of course,
of their own. They've been doing that for years. Look at hurricane. You know what I mean? How many times have people said this is what happened, but we know that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So they could create a narrative, but that doesn't make it true.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people. What they put on paper is up to your lawyer, the defense lawyer, to debunk that. And most of the time, the judge is going to side with the officers. So it's up to you to prove that it didn't happen the way the officer written it down. So it's a lot going on, people, and it's against Black people. And I'm not saying, woe is me, I'm not playing a victim, but it has been proven that you could do everything properly and still lose your life on a traffic stop. On a simple traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
Sandra Bland supposed to be living right now today. But it can happen.
That's true.
Let's anybody, we're gonna close out.
Should be living today.
The opposite can happen too.
Yeah.
And I'm a witness to the total opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, whenever I'm gonna be back up in Chicago, whenever that is, I can give you the whole doggone report. Not the whole report, but what to do with the case. It's not what you do per se, how you do it. See, 10 years ago in March, I was in Chicago. There was some things that went completely wrong, bust some shots at somebody, but the shell casings, I'm not going to get into all that. Anyway, I'm at the gas station.
Sarge, I'm trying to, listen, I don't want to hear it, Sarge. I'm trying to close out. So
to make a long story short, they were all white police officers. I had a gun on the passenger seat of my car, and I live to tell about it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. Notice what you just said.
I did what they said.
Notice what you just said. That gun was not it was not in your hand when they came up to you. You was not a threat. The gun was sitting on the seat. It wasn't a threat. And that's what I said. If you had listened to what I said.
Announce that you got a gun.
Right. Notice what I said. As you could.
What do you mean? I didn't announce I had a gun.
No. Regard, they seen it. It was visible. Let me just say this. People.
It was visible. Somebody called the police and gave them my Georgia license plate number and said he was over here shooting at somebody.
Yeah.
And here's his license plate number.
Yeah. And they investigated. But
wasn't that hard to find.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this, people. Having a gun on a traffic stop is not a death sentence. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna end this right here, people.
Yeah,
thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for visiting us.
Thank you, Martin. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Enjoyed the conversation.
Water bill. We even help you bury loved ones. We even did a mortgage and rental assistance, which was really, really dope.
Sitting up here beating and attacking on a Black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being Black.